Rashad, you think there's any chance A&M Corpus Christi get a football team in the next 10 years?
Nah, there ain't no way to expand it. There ain't no way to house a football team out there.
No.
And you can't go higher than 3 stories in any building because the naval base is right there.
Mm.
So there ain't nowhere for them to even house a football team.
Yeah. It's a beautiful campus, though, man.
Yeah.
Beautiful campus.
My boy Chris Verduri on there. We went to school together. He went to A&M Corpus too.
Chris, you an Islander too, man?
Yes, sir. I've been knowing Rashad since back in the day.
Where you from, bro?
I'm from San Antonio. I coach at San Antonio Taft High School.
Oh, okay. What you coach?
O-line.
Okay. Another fat boy.
Sir.
Another fat boy.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Certified.
Well, luckily, Chase Burns is a skinny guy like me.
What's going
Shoot,
on?
I know.
Where you from, Chase?
I know Chase from Channelview. That's the Chase I know.
Yeah, he was talking about you earlier. We were chopping up like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, that's my dude, man. He good people. I've been
Y'all
watching.
play that Channelview together?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Sorry about that, Chase.
Shit, man. Ain't missing nothing, man. All we got to say, we got a Super Bowl champ out of Channelview now, boy. Okay. That's all we going to say about that. We got a Super Bowl champion.
Listen, you about to hear about all the state championships now.
All I'm saying, I thought that boy had to throw. O-line coach, but I could throw. What they mean, 5? Ain't no Super Bowl. You get 25 and mold them all together and still won't get you a Lombardi.
My boy Adam Boggs, Casey Boggs, he played O-line, but he coaches linebackers now.
Okay. Nice, man.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. What is it, 6:06? All right, let's get started. Everybody else can join in. They'll come in late. All right. So good evening, coaches, and welcome to the Football Nerds Coaching Network. We're grateful that each of you took the time out of your day to be here. I want to let you know, whether you coach varsity on Friday nights, you call JV plays on Thursdays, or you teach fundamentals of middle schoolers, you're in the right place. This space is built by coaches, for coaches, where the only goal is growth, okay? The Football Nerds Network was created with a simple mission: to connect like-minded coaches who want to learn, share, and elevate the game with no egos, without gatekeeping, and without fear of asking questions. It's a safe space. This is a space where young coaches can sharpen their craft and veteran coaches can spark new ideas. A space where what you bring to the table, your drills, your film, your strategy, it all matters. And it helps shape how we teach this game to our players. Tonight, we got 2 young coaches. They're going to be dynamic presenters who are living proof that growth never stops. They're not here to lecture, they're here to share and build. So I encourage everyone tonight to take notes, ask questions, and don't be afraid to follow up. Because when one coach gets better, we all get better. And at the end of the day, this network isn't just about X's and O's, it's about an opportunity to grow, to teach, and to bring something fresh back to your programs. So let's lock in, be respectful, and be curious. Because iron sharpens iron, and tonight we're all here to get sharper. So I will say, while these presenters are presenting, if you have questions during their presentation, to hit the raise your hand icon, and when they see it, they'll get to your question as soon as possible. The best way that we're going to learn and grow in here is if people, seriously think about what we're talking about, ask questions, and, our presenters might get something better from a question that you might have asked today. At this point in time, I would ask for everyone to mute their mics. I would also ask if you, are available to put your camera on, put your camera on. People always remember a face more than just a letter on the screen. And if nobody has any questions from this point forward, let's get started. Any questions? No? All right. So we're going to start with our first presenter, okay? And this first presenter, I call him the man, you know what I mean? The man with the plan. You know what I mean? Some of y'all might know him, so y'all know what I'm talking about. Okay. But I met this guy a couple years ago. I think I actually reached out to him on Twitter to ask him a couple questions about basketball. And he was like, Coach, I'm a football coach. They're like, yes, I'm a state champion in basketball. That's, you know what I mean? But, you know, I coach football. You know what I mean? So initially, I thought he was a basketball coach because he had won a couple state championships at San Antonio Cole. But, you know, told me he was a football coach. Then we had the opportunity to coach in the same district at Hayes. We met up. We coached against each other a couple times. And I think we built a pretty good rapport with one another. He's someone that I saw from a distance that, you know, I could see he was moving in the right direction. And he's a great motivation for me personally, because some of the things that he's done, I followed right behind him. He's been coaching for 7 years. He is a military brat, so he's moved around a lot. He's a graduate from Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi, and he received his secondary degree at TSU. So he was with all them fly honeys down there. And I'm sorry, my wife, but please don't watch this. So he will be presenting receiver play today and translating his drills to Friday nights. He was a receivers coach at East Central in San Antonio, Texas, and his receivers have great accolades. You know, with no further ado, let's present Rashad Anderson.
I appreciate that, man. I ain't big time, you big time. I'm trying to be like you.
You'll be fast.
Hey, shout out to my boy McHugh. I see he just jumped on here too. David McHugh down there now at Bishop. That's my guy, man. But like a Southern Baptist preacher, man, I ain't gonna be before you long, and I really mean that. I'm gonna go ahead and get my little spill out the way so Coach Watkins can do his thing. All right, so I'm gonna present here. All right, can y'all see my screen?
Yes, sir. I can see it.
All right. So today I'm gonna be talking about wide receiver play, drills translating to the game. So like Coach said, man, it's my 7th year. I just finished up my 7th year of coaching football. I coached at West Oso, Jasper, San Antonio Cole, Hayes, East Central. Every year except one, I've coached offense. So I've kind of been around the offensive side of the ball a little bit. Like you said, I also won a state championship in basketball. I'm an aspiring OC, head football coach. And I'm also an THSCA Rock and brand ambassador. And these 3 cats right here behind me, 2 of these cats was first team all district. The one, number 4, that's a dude, man. And the one with blue on, both of them cats can go. You give them the ball, they probably gonna score. So last year, we went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs. We lost to Lake Travis in the 3rd round. Total for our whole group, man, we had 156 catches, a little over 2,500 yards receiving. We accommodated 38 touchdowns. 3 of these guys in this picture was first team all district, and one of them was honorable mention. So the one in the front with his head down, he was first team. He had 10 touchdowns. The one directly behind him, he was first team. He had 12 touchdowns. And then the one on the left, number 3, he was also first team all district, and he had 14 touchdowns. The one on the right, looking back, he was honorable mention, and he had 3 or 4 touchdowns. So those guys can put the ball in the box. So to really start, man, every day we come out to practice, we hit the field. We've kind of developed a routine, right? it's to the point where I don't even have to say anything to them anymore. They just know this is what we do every time we come on the field. So my everyday drills are, we hit the speed ladders, we do ball drills, and we do what I call as the gauntlet. So on the speed ladders, right, if the ladder is long ways, we'll start on the right side of the ladder, and then we're going down, just chopping our feet, but we're just putting our right foot in the box, right? Just right foot in the box. Okay. And then we'll come back down the other way and we'll do the same thing and hit the left foot, right? So we're hitting both feet in the box, going down and back. And we do this because when I'm running a route, when I need to break inside or outside, I have to plant one of my feet, right? So we're working on getting used to being able to use that foot, like that at a drop of a dime. Okay, being able to come out there and just plant, and it's just second nature at that point. So we go through that every single day. Like, it's non-negotiable. That's what we do every day. And then at the same time, after we do that one, we'll face the ladder and we'll have 2 feet. And now we're going 2 feet in the box. So it'll be a left foot lead and a right foot lead. And it's the same thing, man. When I'm running a hitch route, I'm pushing to my depth and I need to sit back down and come back to the ball. I need to have both feet under control, up under me, and be able to break back to the football, right? So that's working on that. Just second nature. By the time the ball comes out, everything is all in symmetry. I can turn around, catch the ball, and I'm under control. Okay, and then the gauntlet, what that looks like is I'll put them on the sideline. So I'll put one receiver on like the hash mark, right? And he's facing me. But then I have everybody else lined up on both sides of them. And I'll throw them the ball and they just got to catch the ball in traffic and run through the rest of the teammates as they're trying to strip the ball from them. So there we're just working on ball security, making sure that we're not turning the ball over, making sure we're protecting the football. Like Coach Hub says at work, man, ball security is job security. So if you can't hold on to the football, we can't get you the football. So that's kind of one of the things that we work every single day in practice. So we'll hit the speed ladders as soon as we get out. We'll hit ball drills. Oh, the ball drills. So they'll be about 10 yards away from me. And they'll run to me, and then I'll give them a ball in the chest, right? So they're just putting hands up, catching the ball straight at the chest, right? As soon as they catch it, they're tucking it. So I like to say, see the catch, see the tuck. So look the ball in, and then look the tuck in, right? See the catch, see the tuck. So then when the guy at the top of the line, when he gets back to the top, I give him a high ball, and I deliberately throw it as high as I can to force them to actually go up and get the football. And then, you know, back to the top, I'll be on one knee and I'll kind of get closer. At this point, I'm about 5 yards away now, and I'll give them a super low ball, and they got to put pinkies together. So we're working on every angle that the ball can come from, right? Then we'll line up, we'll throw a fade ball. It's not necessarily a sprint, but I want you to get off the line. And once you give me a move off the line, then yeah, you can run up the field, and then I'll just put the ball over both shoulders. So we'll go over right shoulder, over left shoulder. Once we get to the top, then we'll go sideline catches. So I'll be about 5 yards, and they'll line up on the numbers running towards the sideline, and then I hit them on the sideline. We're either going to toe tap or we're going to try to catch and get up the field. It just depends on the day, or I'll just let them decide what they want to do. Or I'll throw them. The ball that I throw on will determine what they have to do. So maybe I'll throw it a little further outside, and it'll tell them I got to get my feet down, or I'll throw it early and it'll tell them I got to stop on a drop of a dime and then turn up and get up the field. I had another coach with me, Coach Stone. Shout out Coach Stone, man. He was my assistant coach with the receivers. So while I would have the varsity group, and then he would have the JV group, but we're all doing the same thing, right? So at top to bottom, if you play wide receiver at East Central High School, you're getting the exact same drills in our indie period, right? So it's not like, oh, just the varsity is doing these drills. No, every single player in the program is doing these drills. And even our middle school coach at one of our middle schools, he was trying to also implement these same drills. So we have some other stuff that we do, right? And man, I should have recorded all of these things, but what I'll probably do is when I get back to work, I'll probably take a couple of kids out, record it, and then when I'll send it to you, and we can probably upload it somewhere on a Google Drive to where everybody has access to see all these drills. So other drill work that we do, right? So we'll do the box drill, right? And everybody knows how the box drill lines up. Back in the day, it's I sprint and then I shuffle and I backpedal and I sprint. But at receiver, it's going to be different, right? And I kind of have it drawn up on the next slide so we can kind of get a visual of how it goes. So we'll do this box drill, and I got this drill from Coach White at Incarnate Word. He's a receivers coach at Incarnate Word, and he showed me this drill, and I really like it. But we don't do it every day. We will do it on game days before the game. So even on game days, we still do our speed ladders, we still do our ball drills, and then we'll do this. I call it game day drill. Then we'll also line up and we'll work on 90-degree cuts on the box. I'll put them in 3 lines. Give me 3 lines. So they'll line up in 3 lines. And then I'll stand 10 yards away from them. And then we're going fast feet. So I want as many reps as you can, fast feet for the first 5. And then you're going to jog it out to me. And then we're going to go back. And then duck walks. Same thing. We're still in 3 lines. And when they do a duck walk, it's not like the punishment duck walk where you got to get down all the way on the ground. And, on the duck walk, what I'm having them do is they're still coming to me. They're keeping their chest up and square. They're still pumping their arms as if they're running, but they're kind of walking on the insides of their foot. So we can work on strengthening the inside of the ankle for when we do have to plant and cut going inside. And then in the same 3 lines, we'll work on the hip twist as well. So with the hip twist, everything's still square, but we're just twisting at the hips. I want you to turn all the way as far as your hips will let you go to work on opening those hips and being able to get in and out of breaks. Like I said, at the drop of a dime. This next drill is my favorite drill. So every Monday, I bring out the jug machine. Okay. The rules on the jug machine is there's no gloves allowed. So after we do our EDDs, we'll line up. I'll break up the groups, and the varsity group will start on the jug machine first. That way we can, we can turn the speed up for them and everything. We can adjust the angles that we want the balls at. But on jug machine Monday, there's no gloves allowed. And it's to the point where if somebody tries to sneak gloves, somebody is coming to you and taking your gloves off because there's no gloves allowed on Monday. And that's for the entire practice. But what the goal with the jug machine and not wearing gloves is if you can catch a ball off the jug machine with no gloves, you should be able to catch any ball anytime you're on the field. So it's also kind of a mental thing. Oh, I can catch the ball off the jugs with no gloves. Man, I can really catch, some kids, you have to play that game with them. But it's something that's proven to be very successful for us. And if you follow me on Twitter during the season, I typically posted this every Monday, jug machine Monday, no gloves allowed. And then this last drill I got up here I call it 8s. And I only call it 8s because it's 8 cones. And that seems simple. So with the 8 cones, we're just kind of working fast feet and moving our hips in and out of the cones. Just working hip movement and fast feet. We got any questions so far? All right. So, Wayne?
Yeah, I have a question.
Talk to me.
So when you're doing your ladder drills, are you involving a ball during your ladder drills? Like is all your drills involving a ball?
So on the ladders, no ball because it goes so fast. And immediately after ladders, we're going into ball drills. So like I'm gonna go over it right now. immediately after the ladders, we're going straight into the ball drills. So right here, can y'all see my cursor? Right. Okay, so the receiver will start right here, and we're facing out, right? So the very first one, they're just going down, and then they're just putting their right foot in, coming back out. Right foot in, out, right foot in, out, right foot in, out, all the way down. Okay, so then when we turn around, we'll be starting on this side, and it's the same thing. Left foot in, left foot in, left foot in, left foot in, all the way down. Okay, so then when we go to that next phase, I'm now facing the ladder. And so where it says wide receiver, right? Imagine that's their left and their right foot. So now I'm still going back down the ladder, but my left foot in first, left, right, left, right, left, right, all the way down. Okay. And then when I come back, right, left, right, left, right, left, all the way down. So it goes in. So the reason that I don't use the ball on the ladder drills is it goes so fast, and my varsity group is so small that by the time I throw 2 balls, we're already done. You know what I'm saying? So I'll throw a ball, and then that person got to give me the ball back, and then I'm trying to go to the next person. We'd be done before I can even. It'd be kind of pointless to even involve the ball. We can just do the balls on the ball drill. Down here on the box drill. So the one I was talking about that I got from Incarnate Word, right here, the receiver will start right here, essentially, right? So set go. Oh, this is me in the middle. I'm standing here in the middle. I will jump in after they pass me, right? So the receiver will start right here, and he's going to come diagonal first. So from cone 1, he's going to go to cone 3. Oh, shoot. So from cone 1, he's going to go to cone 3. And then from cone 3, he's going to go around 2 and then finish at 4, right? So what I want them to see, what I want to see here is I want them to attack cone 3 full speed, but I want you to break down, stay low, and get around that cone on 3. From 3, I'm sprinting, doing the same thing, going to 2. Now from 2 to 4, I'm in the middle at this point, and I have a football, and I'm going to give them a ball when they're breaking from cone 2 to cone 4. Now, it could be a high ball. I could beam it at them. I could throw a low ball. But my thing is, I want you, when you're coming around, I want you to whip that head around, and I want you to attack the ball however it's coming to you. Okay? And then, so that's the Incarnate Word drill that I got from Coach White. And then you flip it, right? Then you go 2, 4, 1, 3. Okay? You do it both sides. Coach is in the middle, and you give them a ball after they're coming out that last cone. And then you also, you got your 90-degree from cone 1 to cone 4 to cone 3. So as from 3 to 2, this is set up on the sideline. So from 3 to 2, I'm now on this side, and I'm giving them the ball, and I want them to catch and get up the field before going out of bounds. It's just working 90-degree cuts. So working on that cut, but then being able to have the cognizance to catch the ball and get up the field before going out of bounds. So sometimes I have to really put it on them here. So it's them working on catching however the ball comes out, but also being aware and getting up the sideline. And then lastly, this 8 diagram that I got drawn up. So like I said, it's 8 cones. We're going to be parallel to the cone. So we're facing out, and then they're just fast feet and just moving hips, going in and out, weaving in and out of the cones. And when they finish the last one, I give them a ball. We got any questions? So now I'm gonna go into a couple of videos that I had. And then, I'll have these few little clips, and then I'll be open for more questions. So this right here is Jug Machine Monday. So it could vary depending on how, what we need to work on. So right now they're just running just straight down the line, and we're trying to time it to, and as you can see, None of them have gloves on. Hold on. None of them have gloves on, right? I remember this particular day, the kid in the black tried to come out with gloves on. It was a holiday practice. He ain't make it to the field. All right. So every Tuesday in our program, we do one-on-ones against the DBs. And this is a chance for our guys to really show their work and their progress against somebody in a live session without it being a game. So this particular player right here, Joseph Kelly, he's really that receiver that you can close your eyes and throw the ball up and he's gonna come down with it. Like Kelly down there somewhere, he's gonna come down with it. But also the way that he runs routes and go about getting better and perfecting his craft, some good drill tape on him. Right. So right there, it just looked like a basic post, right? But he gets up the field and he has he gets inside of the DB, and then from there, he gets another plant and creates a lot more separation, right? And when he does that, that's just like when we're working on the speed ladder, being able to use that plant and create way more separation. So he gets inside of him, plants again. Now look how much separation he creates. Oh, okay. There we go. Let me see. Same thing, right? He creates a lot of separation just off the plant. You can already see the DB is already trying to overcommit this way. That's just off of a step. We work on that. We work on that plant. Left them, and then there's another plant. This one right here, 90-degree cut. Hold on, let me enlarge it. Start it over. So off the snap, DB's playing inside already. He knows he's running the out, gets inside leverage, creates a lot more space just off the break. Like we work on that stuff. We have a saying in the receiver room at East Central. Good ball, bad ball, catch them all, right? So I'll say good ball, bad ball, and they respond with catch them all. So in my head, I don't care how the ball comes out, you're going to catch it. That bitch go in the air, you come down with it. I don't care where the ball goes, you come down with it. That's a mentality that we have in the program. So when somebody tries to say, oh, it was a bad ball, like they're conditioned now to like, there's no bad ball when we're playing the game. Okay. There's only us coming down with the football. So right here, this ball was a little behind him, right? He gets the ball, doesn't make an excuse, goes and attacks the football, and now it's a track meet and you're not fast enough. So again, right, ball behind him, he attacks it, goes and gets it. Now he out of there, the band playing. I'm on the sideline looking like I know what I'm doing. Oh, shoot.
This is the ball throws up there. It's a 50-50 ball, and this is.
So in this clip right here, we're playing Steel, and I don't know how many of you know about Steel, right? But Steel, damn good football team. They're always good, consistently good, right? This game right here was basically the district championship. Okay. We're down early in the game. We fight back. We lose the game by 5. The score was 59-63. 59-63. I mean, like you like, dang, we scored 59 and lost. But it's a testament to how hard our kids played and how good Steel is, right? So like I say, I give them the ball drills and we go up and attack the ball, high ball. I don't care how the ball comes out. You come down with the football.
This is the ball throws up there. It's a 50-50 ball, and Darian just goes up, comes back and gets it and holds on to it. There was good coverage.
Football, score a touchdown, right? That guy, I think he scored on. I believe he's going D1, you know, but the ball goes up, we go up and get it, we come down with it. I don't care what.
This is the ball.
Here's another one. On this particular play, I believe it's playoffs. We actually got to host the first round this year. This play, the concept is shark. On shark, if we're in doubles, the inside guy runs a wheel route, and then outside guy runs. 9 times out of 10, the post curl is wide open because the outside backer tries to go and run with the wheel, try to wall them off. The corner runs with the wheel. Everybody forget about the post curl. So right here, Darian curls up, attacks the football, and then he go get in the paint, go get in the box. By himself, look. Makes one guy miss. Now we're out of there. That kid, man, he, like I said, and he came on late for us. He didn't score his first touchdown until week 3, I believe, and he ended up being the leading receiver in touchdowns for us. Right here, good ball. You see, we go up and get the football. Good ball, bad ball. Catch them all. Go up and get the ball when it's thrown to you. This particular play was a game winner. This won the game against Judson. Judson came down and scored. With about, I want to say less than 2 minutes on the clock. We go back down and we score. Game winning touchdown right there. And then here and there we'll work on some one hand kind of stuff. I don't really like to emphasize the one hand, but sometimes you need to work on it because you may know when you never know when you may need it, right? So also like good ball, bad ball, catch them all. But if you drop a ball in practice, in game, whatever the case may be, you drop a ball, you got push-ups because we don't drop the football, right? So knock out them push-ups and let's get back on the line. We're not going to dwell on it. But sometimes you need that one-handed catch. And this twist and catch right here was crazy by Mr. Kelly. So we kind of work on a little bit of everything, man, at in the receiver room at East Central High School. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, Wayne, I'll get some guys and I'll record those actual drills so we can see them live, and I'll shoot them to you, and we could probably put them in a Google Drive or something. Man, but if y'all need anything from me, here's all my contact info. Y'all got any questions? We could chop it up. I mean, I'm an open book. Y'all, any networking questions? I know damn near everybody in the state of Texas. So, yeah, man, we go from there.
If you can, talk a little bit about your receivers. We got a D1 receivers coach out in the chat right now. And I know you got some guys with no offers that did some damage this year.
Yeah, man.
Coach Grant, I know you know what's our corner's name over at Johnson. His number one get that boy hell all night. So.
Oh, you're talking about Tim.
Tim and our other corner. He gave him hell all night, coach. So
yeah, they didn't stand a chance. I don't even know what, like, they didn't stand a chance on us that night. Yeah, man. So this one right here, 3. Darion, he is about 5'9", 5'10". We just did 40s this week. He ran a 4.5, but he's like lightning on the bottle, man. He gets the ball, he's probably gonna score. It's very rare that he didn't score when he got the ball, hence him having 14 touchdowns. You know? The other one, Joseph Kelly, man, like I said, you throw the ball up, he down there somewhere and he's gonna come down with it. He ran a 4.45 on Friday. He's about 6'2", 185. And he's one of those kids that don't understand how strong he is and how fast he is. So you can tell him, like, hey, Kelly, like, you can go D1. And he'll just be like he don't really understand how good he can be. And it's a good and a bad thing, because when somebody can actually show him how good he can be, then he's only going to get better. You put the ball up anywhere around him, he's going to come down with it. In spring ball, he ran a wheel. Corner was behind him, safety over the top of him, and he jumps in between both of them in stride, catches the ball, takes it to the house. Like, he just does some crazy things when he gets the football in his hands. He's gonna have a great. Both of them will have another great season this year. We just got to keep getting better and keep getting these boys head on straight and believing in the system and what we could do.
Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you, Coach Anderson, for taking your time out. We look like we got a question. Go ahead, Q.
Hey, Coach, good job on the presentation, man. If you had one trait to a successful receiver, what would you say it would be?
Oh, one trait. So my head coach tells me all the time, your position group takes on the persona of their coach, right? And if you know me outside of this setting, you probably know how my position group is. So we're real loud and, oh, you can't beat me to like we're very dramatic and very diva-ish, right? But the trait that I would say would make any receiver successful is being open-minded. Being able to, like, if a coach told you to do something or asked you to do something, be like, okay, I'll do that. Like Kelly, we were just drawing some stuff up on the board, and we was like, hey man, we can probably put Kelly at a tight end, and you can like kind of disguise him. So now you got a safety playing 10 yards off of him, and now he can run every route in the route tree. But if you put him at a tight end here and there, it's going to be hard for somebody to guard him. And if there's no safety over him, it's outside backer, and he's going to win that matchup every single time. And so, but you bring it up to him, Kelly, hey man, I need you to put your hand in there. Oh man, I don't want to be no tight end. But realizing that, oh, if I do this, that's going to be successful for me, because now I'm going to get X, Y, and Z. So I guess being open-minded would be a trait that I would say will make a receiver successful.
Gotcha. Appreciate that.
We got any other questions? All right. Well, Coach Anderson, I appreciate your time. Like I said before, this coach is, I say in the next 2 to 3 years, like, people gonna be calling him looking for jobs, and I really believe that. He's skyrocketing in his profession in the state of Texas, and he's a great guy to kind of attach your coattails to and network with. I didn't say this before. If you could, in the chat, put your information in the chat, your email, your cell if you would like, your Twitter information, just so we can kind of keep in touch and we can continue to network throughout this Zoom. Open up the time for any questions if anyone has any. No questions? Okay. So we'll move on to our next presenter. This next presenter, I love him, but I hate him. We went to college together, and this man never brushed his hair. Not one day, not one day. He never brushed his hair one day. And I'm bald, and this son of a gun has all the hair in America. And he brushes it nowadays. But
money for
just a little bit about him. From China View, Texas. He played offensive line at the University of Texas, El Paso. Go Miners. One of the smallest linemen we had. And I mean, we had a guy named James Nelson who was about 6'8", 300 plus, great player. Alex Solot, who was damn near 7 foot. We had, just these monstrous guys over at UTEP. And this guy managed to play more games than most of those guys in a career, just by his tenacity. He's another guy that, started coaching 4 years ago. Went from just being an assistant O-line coach to running the group to being a run game coordinator in 3 years. Great offensive mind, great offensive line mind for sure. We call and we talk to each other constantly about, how to improve our guys. I want to say ever since he's been a O-line position coach, I want to say he's had the best rushing attack in El Paso, Texas. So without further ado, let me present Jerel Watkins, who's going to be presenting Wide Zone today.
How's it going, guys, man? Thank you guys for giving me your time, man. Good job also, Mr. Anderson, man. Great presentation, dude. Hard act to follow. I'm gonna jump right into it. Just following up what Wayne said here. Let me do my due diligence here. Here. Let's go. Oh, sorry, I was playing around with my huddle presentation. Cool. Let me go here. Let me go live. Boom. Can you guys see my screen? Perfect. So I titled this Mastering Wide Zone, and truly it's just mastering it from the perspective of the offensive line, and us truly understanding how to make everybody else's job a lot easier. If you can get 5 fat boys to go in the same direction, understand how to execute a play, life get easier for everybody. Like, there's no Emmitt Smith without his great offensive line. There's no great running back without their O-line, right? So I'm just want to, and truly we always have that conversation of that's a pretty hard position to coach is O-line. So I want to try to make it as easy as possible and show you guys how, in my short tenure as a coach, how I was able to truly push every group that I had before me to the next level. Just a small tidbit about myself. Like Wayne said, I played at UTEP, man. That was actually me there my senior year running out on the field. I was a 4-year starter. Appeared in 2 bowl games. I was 2-time all-conference, one as a freshman playing left guard, and one in my senior year playing left tackle. I probably can honestly say I'm probably the smallest left tackle to ever play Division I ball. I'm 6'2" and some change, and I played left tackle and did a pretty good job, man. Yeah, little 6'2" and little change. I'm telling you, in real life, I tell everybody else I'm 6'3", but I'm 6'2" and some change, right? But there's some real good things there at UTEP, and I kind of teach my guys, like, because I was never the strongest guy in the room. I was never truly the fastest. I was quick, and I try to use my smarts to put me always in the best situation. I have 4 different O-line coaches and always find a way to get on the field, right? So that experience I went through, I think it helps me coach because I understand what kids go through and that their aspirations to begin on the field, and I try my best to try to meet everybody where they're at. My first year coaching, this is me at America's High School. I started there off as an assistant O-line coach. I really had no say in what we did on the field. At that point, I was also became the freshman head coach. We went undefeated that year. Here are the stats from my second year at America's when they let me become the head O-line guy, and I started tacking on some numbers as my first year running my own room. So we improved the rushing. Yards per carry kind of stayed the same, which is good. We increased our game rushing yards slightly. We also increased our 100-yard rushing games. Also, we also increased dramatically our rushing touchdown percentage. This is me at Franklin. This is where I truly believe in this last season. I truly was given the true freedom to be myself and coach. I had a great group of guys, man. And we'll talk about them soon, but I have a great group of kids, man. We probably have the biggest O-line in El Paso, probably in West Texas right now. I got a D1 kid who got about 17 offers. He's my left tackle, Justin Morales. I got a right guard who's he was 330 when I met him. He down to 305 now. He's about 6'1", 6'2". I got a right tackle who's about 6'6", about 255. And these guys are believing in everything we're doing last year. Just understand the stats I'm showing you now. I didn't get a chance to get with these kids until June. So I had no spring ball with them. I kind of had a mini master my summer to kind of get them on board of my linguistics of how I talk and my expectations and us what we're trying to go. Right. So the first parts of the year, first 2-3 games of the year is kind of rough. You know, you have this rough maturation process with your players of them trusting you, but not fully trusting what you're saying. Right. But as we start the roll, man, we started really kicking some dust. You'll see our rushing yardage increase. And also understand, too, the year before we did have a D1 quarterback who is now at UTEP now. And he was heavy. He was a heavy run guy. So we end up increasing our rushing percentage. Going from 2,097 yards rushing to 3,360. We increased our yards per carry from 59 to 7.1. We also increased our per game average from 209 to 336. We also improved our 100 yards rushing per game from 10 to 12, and we increased our rushing touchdown. We also I also got 4 guys with all district honors. I also end up breaking the single season rushing record with our running back Ernie Powers, and we also broke the single season rushing touchdown record. The biggest thing for me coming back into the field next year is that I get all 5 starting O-line back. I get a D1 running back and Ernesto Powers, and also I got a second running back who is on pace to be 1,000-yard back, also with double-digit touchdowns. So I get those kids back in the room. It should be an exciting season for us going forward. I'm just going to dip into a little bit of the history of wide zone. This is what my research that I did. So we got Kirk here. He's currently the head coach of Iowa back in 1980s. They call him the quiet pioneer of the wide zone. They're not saying that he's not running what we're doing here in the modern day wide zone now, but the things that he did, he emphasized what they use now, like the reach block, using leverage and control to get to complete your block, combo blocks. So us working double teams and understanding timing and getting our feet in the ground, and the cohesion of that communication aspect of getting 5 big boys to take the same steps at the right time to execute that block is huge. And this is all equated to him and how he did it. No, he did not run modern day wide zone back in the 1980s, but he is considered the quiet pioneer. Also, he taught the backs to be patient. We'll talk about it later. Talk about a back has 3 options when he gets the ball. He can bounce it, bang it, or bend it. I love his saying here, we don't block players. We block zones, and then we finish the play. And that's beautiful, because a lot of guys, I have to teach them a lot as an offensive line room. Like, man, understand every block's not a pancake. Truly understand what a block is. A block is truly you are between a defender and the ball carrier, and that's your job. Be there, and now I coach. You finish him. You try to take his soul. We trying to make track. We trying to make track stars, volleyball players, whatever. We trying to make guys rethink playing football when they play us, and we try to bring that physical type of football when we run the rock. We kind of do this in kind of chronological order here. Now we're gonna have Joe Gibbs, famous Joe Gibbs, got his first head coaching job, was to be the head coach of the Redskins. He's also still not going to run a typical wide zone that we see today that got real popular from Alex Gibbs, no relation, from the Broncos, but he did lay the foundation for the wide zone that we see a lot today. His zone principles out of heavy personnel is going to be huge to what we do today. You're going to see that we can run wide zone out of any personnel you prefer. Also incorporate I-back formation, H-back formation, also unbalanced formations. Also, he's a big component running bootlegs and also a lot of wide zone play action. That's what he's going to be known for. Also, as you guys know, he's a 3-time Super Bowl champion. Also, if anybody called their O-line guys the Hogs, they get that from Joe Gibbs and their time of having a dominant offensive line while Joe Gibbs was out there winning the Super Bowl. So if you ever call you guys the Hogs, it comes from Joe Gibbs and this guy's running the rock. There we go. This is what we see now, our modern wide zone. It comes from, truly comes from Alex Gibbs. You see here right next to John Elway. Back when a little guy named Terrell Davis made it very popular, how he ran the rock. Alex Gibbs was a Broncos line coach, won 2 Super Bowls there. He was there from 1984 to 1987. This is where you'll see the modern wide zone. If you ever get time, I didn't get time to put clips in here of the Broncos running, but if you ever get time, just search Alex Gibbs wide zone, search the Broncos on TikTok, and a bunch of videos will pop up. Gibbs teach and emphasize fast, undersized linemen. So that, I love that because that is truly was me. I was never the biggest guy on the field, but I was quick enough and fast enough to get in the right position to be successful. It creates relentless angles and footwork, also cohesion, chemistry over brute strength, a lot of communication on double teams, and also it makes the life easier for running backs and also gives the running backs a lot of wiggle room of how they want to attack the wide zone. Mike Shanahan was the head coach of the Broncos this time, and a lot of guys come off his tree that still use the wide zone as the cornerstone of their offense. You'll see that with Kyle Shanahan with the 49ers, Sean McVay with the Rams, Matt LaFleur with the Packers, Mike Daniels with the Dolphins, and they always add their own wrinkle to it also. You'll see them adding a lot of RPOs, a lot of motion. They'll motion receivers into the formation to go block a backside backer or block a play side backer also. But you'll see a lot of those wrinkles in today's game. Wide zone is a very popular play and one of my favorite plays, and what was our bread and butter this year that allowed us to be very successful. The question is, why wide zone? In my personal opinion, it creates horizontal stretches. It defines reads quickly for the quarterback, running back, and the offensive line. It forces defenses to cover the full width of the field. It also stresses the defense because you'll eventually, as the year went on, as we get to our last game of the second to last game of the year to put us in second place in district, we play a team called Pebble Hills. And we're a wide zone team. And the way we run it is, we'll talk about it deeper later, but we skip pool. So we'll skip pool 5 guys. And when you see that skip pool, everybody sprints over to where we're skip pulling. And if you try to overplay it, it opens up natural cutback lanes if you over pursue. It's built for ball handlers with vision, patient, and explosive cuts. It's built for every type of lineman. I think this could work for any lineman in your building, I personally believe. I got people say, well, he's too fat. He can't skip pool and run that fast. I'll prove you wrong. I got a guy who's a 305-pound kid, very heavy set kid, and he skip pulls perfect out of his stance, and he gets to where he needs to be. It creates horizontal displacement over vertical knockback. As we all know, every program is different. You might have those guys that are good in the weight room and they can actually get kids knocked back, but in most programs, that's not the case. And also, it's good to have that wrinkle too. You used to brute force, running inside zone, running power, and now you got guys running laterally trying to go make a play. It messes with the defense. The beautiful thing about this play also, it could take the ball wide. We can take it vertical going inside and banging it, or it can naturally be a cutback. And also, we force the guys that we believe truly as a offensive lineman. I don't think these guys like to tackle a lot, and those would be corners and safeties. We want those guys to make tackles. And if they do make those tackles, we should at least get a minimum of 4 to 5 yard gain. If we can't get the ball wide, we want to cut off any backside pursuit and open up the cutback lane and get downhill immediately. Any question? Because I can't see the hand thing. So stop me if there's any questions, Wayne. Okay, I'm kind of rolling. Cool. Core benefits of wide zone: it creates natural cutback lanes. It simplifies the read. Like I said before, for running backs, quarterbacks, and O-line, allows the O-line to use their athleticism over their size. And if you got both, it gets really fun. And I'm gonna show you some fun clips. If you got guys that are athletic up front and they got size, it gets pretty disgusting. I'm gonna show you clips of my left tackle, who's a D1 guy, and when he gets his paws on you and he's running full speed out of a skip pool, it gets I call it vicious and delicious. It's just fun watching this guy just maul guys. It punishes also undisciplined defensive linemen, also linebackers, guys who flow over the ball. They're over pursuing D-line guys who try to shoot the gap too aggressively when they should stay in their gaps. It will expose them in a bad way. Base rules by position, then go too deep into details. We have cover versus uncovered. For us, the only rule I have on this is the way we run it is for the uncovered lineman, and I'm speaking of, let's see, so we're speaking of the uncovered lineman, the guy, so we got two guys blocking. The guy that's play side, he will be the uncovered guy. Only thing I want him to do is make sure he keeps his play side hand free. I never want to see guys skip, pull, and turn their hips and get both hands back on this guy. Always keep your play side hand free, backside hand stabs to give my buddy a chance to run through that double team. Reach block, reach the play side gap. That's more so I see that in a 4-down front. So we get 4 down, and I'll show you guys clips of it. So we get a 4-down front. I want the play side tackle. Get your gap. If you can hook him, and I want you to wash him. I want you to wash him all the way down. If let's say he's a good DN and you go skip pull and he still nose to nose, now I want to sink my hips and get him vertical. For tight ends, the H-back, drive the force defender or combo up to him as much as possible. Maintain edge integrity. We need some dogs playing tight end and H-back just to be able to get to that edge and wall him off and get him vertical. We don't want guys to force us to shuffle down the line of scrimmage. Running backs, your landmark is always going to be the leg of the tight end. If they're the outside leg of tight end, if there's no tight end, we treat it as a ghost tight end. Imagine it's the guy outside the tackle, and that's going to be what your aiming point is. You got 3 options. You can bounce, bang, or bend it. Bouncing mean I'm going outside of the tackle or the tight end. Banging mean I got to put my foot in the ground and get vertical. Bend it mean that they're over pursuing, and I can kind of get that cut back and go back out the back door. Talk about running backs progression. Your first read is always going to be the second D lineman pass the center. Most likely it's going to be the DN or maybe even a stand-up backer that's outside of there. But most of it's the DN. Your second read would be the first down lineman pass the center. Typically it's the nose tackle or the first play side backer inside the box. Like I said before, you got 3 decisions as a running back. You can bounce, bend, or bang, but once you make that decision, make it. Also, we got a 1-cut rule for the back. Running backs only allowed to make 1 cut. No dancing. You are not Michael Jackson. And if you start doing that, I call it BYOB. You better bring your own block because you're doing too much, dog. You better bring your own block because we're not blocking while you're dancing back there. Hit the line of scrimmage. We want you to press it. You're going to set our blocks up and just trust that your guys are going to get those blocks. Yes, sir.
What is his how many steps is he taking before he has to make a decision?
He got 3. He got 3 steps before he has to make a decision. My bad, I had that up there too. So his decision, he has 3. He got to get his 3rd step before he makes a decision. You're going to bounce, bang, or bend. Also, you don't make your cut behind the line of scrimmage. So we need to get you into the line of scrimmage before you make that cut. So if you're just going to decide to bend it and cut back or even bang, you need to get into the line of scrimmage to make that decision. Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what are when the running back takes a step, is his shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage, or is he turning and running to get to the edge?
He's turning and running and getting to the edge. Right now, we're working out a pistol. We this offseason, we're trying it out a pistol. He almost looks like Ashton Genty in the backfield now. But as we get the ball, he's coming across the quarterback's face, and he's truly running to that ghost tight end or tight end. You can run it from offset, we can run it from sidecar, we can run it from pistol, but we're running directly at that ghost tight end, trying to make a decision now. We're trying to make the linebackers commit now. Are you going to play over the top? Or are you going to come downhill? Make a decision. And we'll see it. I got a bunch of clips here. We'll see it on film because what it's going to show is, I know it sounds terrifying when I tell my backs this, but it gets easy because the O-line, we're skip pulling. We're not skip pulling like we're running power or we're running counter. We're truly skip pulling lateral down the line of scrimmage, staying square, and we're just clearing up our read a lot faster than normal. And I'll show you guys clips of how we ran early in the season and how I adjusted it as it went on, because we didn't run wide zone well. And I'm like, we got too caught up on the down line and never got the backers. And I'll show you guys a few clips of that. Should be coming up real soon. Just so you guys understand my lingo when I talk about double teams too. We talk about play side, backside. So if the ball's going right, these are the double teams that we use in our zone family. So we run inside zone, we use the same language, right? So if it's double team between the play side guard, the center and the play side guard, it's a single. Play side guard, play side tackle, it's a double. Play side tackle, play side tight end, it's a triple. On the backside, play side we speak English, backside we speak Spanish. So backside, the center and backside guard is uno. Backside guard tackle is dos. Backside tight end and tackle is tres. All right. So just so you guys just understand when I start using that lingo, this is what I'm speaking of. These are zone combos. This is just showing just a different formation we can run this out of. We're just going right? But this is, if we get a 3-3 stack, we're going double uno. We're going to run through the backside linebackers, backside DM. We're going to run through him and try to get the backside backer. This guy here will end up being our read. Same thing versus we'll go double uno, trying to get to the backside back with the backside tackle. We get a 4 down front, what we call a single block, like this play side tackle is by itself. We call it banjo, because I feel like you can have a banjo and make a lot of money being a one-man band. So that's a banjo block. You're by yourself blocking this guy. We're going single, dos, and we'll read the backside guy. Double eagle is similar. We go uno here, and everything else is just banjo, just trying to get square and get this guy vertical immediately. Wrinkles off wide zone. We'll see a lot in the NFL, and even now. We like to run it. We're starting to implement this year a lot of boots, a lot of nakeds. We threw a few RPOs. We had a quarterback, his first year ever playing quarterback in his life, and he was on varsity and playing 6A football. So we have some RPOs that I won't show because they weren't great RPOs, truly. But we run screens off of this. We run backside slip screen. We'll run wide zone right, get our D1 left tackle, and we'll run a slip screen to the backside. You can even go wide zone and do a toss motion. We'll actually toss the ball to the back to the play side so you can read a little bit sooner. You can also go free zone, which is truly our option. We'll walk into it, which we're adding this wrinkle into now. We'll go wide zone left, like we're going wide zone left. We'll take 2 steps, like we're going wide zone left, the quarterback and running back, and then we'll go speed option out the opposite side. When should you call wide zone? Honestly, my answer is often, as much as you want. I remember Wayne was talking to me at one point and talking about a scheme that he runs. He said, man, you can't date it. You got to marry it. Like, this is one you got to marry. Like, it really works. I'll say first down versus soft edges. After you run successful inside play, also against aggressive linebackers, because they will feel it wrong, and then we'll be out the front door because they're trying to come down and blow up blocks, but they're going to run right into a square lineman, and we'll be out the gate. This is a clip here. This is a team we play called Del Valle. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the graduating class, Jake Fetty. This here is how we initially blocked it. We blocked it like old school wide zone. We would bucket step, but if you watch my play side combo here, right, we go double uno. My left tackle has a hard time getting up to this backer. He has a very, very hard time. So this is why we're going to change it later on to skip pulls. He has a hard time getting in that backer. If you even watch my center, because we get caught on this nose, he has a hard time getting to this backside backer here. It makes it really, really hard for us to get the blocks we want. This is game 2 of the year. So this is us having a hard time blocking out. As an O-line coach, you always like to watch it from the backside, but it makes it extremely hard for us to come off these blocks. I also understand too, the guys we're playing against, like, if you could tell, my O-line is so much bigger than the guys we're playing against, but they gave us hell. Like they won the game because we couldn't get off on blocks. And they were flowing quickly. tackle is taking over the block too much, guard running too slow. And this is why we're going to end up switching it later on. This is the same game, just showing you guys different angle. We go wide zone, and we're, instead of skip pulling, we're taking old school bucket steps, and it's causing a lot of friction because I don't think it's clear. I don't think the picture's clear enough. Because our guys are sideways. Like this guy here, my left guard, man, this guy's a 300-pound kid, this kid here. And this guy here running to him, he can't be probably 5'5", maybe 200, maybe 155, to be honest. And he's having a hard time blocking this guy because we just got bad angles because our shoulders are turned. So you'll see this is the reason why we're going to end up switching over to running to full line skip pulling. Same team we go here. It still shows the same principles of bounce, bang, right? Doors clear. We're going to insert here with our H-back. He has a clear path. He's going to take that path there. He's going to hit the gap. Not a perfect play at all. I don't like the fact that our shoulders are turning and we don't get off the backers, man. It was very, very cloudy for the back. And as the year went on and we switched this thing up, the read got very, very, very clear. So this would be us in the playoffs playing legacy, but we're going to skip pull and it makes the image clear now. I'll show you here. H-back's going to block this guy here. We're going to do double, uno, and we're going to run to the backside backer here. We're going to just try to go run and get safety from the backside. With the skip pull, we're able to get to our gaps. As you see now, with the image I love, you got two fat boys outside. They're out in the field running, right? It's a much better picture. It clears it up quickly that these guys get out in open field pretty fast. And it makes the picture clear. The back has a true hole. He bangs it inside of the H-box block, and he gets north and south. And the image is very, very clear. Here we playing our rivals, Coronado. And this is going to be the game where I truly figure, like, man, we're having a hard time getting to these blocks. The game we played for this was the first one I showed you guys, Del Valle. This is our third game here, and the picture gets real clear, like, man, we need to switch up the way that we're blocking this. So you'll see here, the way it is, they're going to run an odd front. We're going to go double, uno, and he's going to run through the backside. And you'll see here, the image gets very, very, very clear for the back and for the O-line. You see a play side guard, play side tackle. He reads the backer. Everything's predicated off where the back is. There's no need for me to jump outside. If that back is stacked in front of me, if I'm the left tackle, I play it slow. Boom, I get a chance for my guard to get there. Boom, he gets there. Backside. This is my other big guy here, number 66, named Marty Contreras. He's a 300. At this point, he's probably 320. He's a big kid. You watch this big fella pull all the way to the nose guard and get there. My center stabs him with his backside hand, play through his shoulder, and he got his eyes on the back. Our running back walks into the end zone. This is a clear picture immediately for our O-line, for the quarterback, and also for our running back. This is a very, very clear picture. Go against a good team here, Eastwood. This will be one time that we actually see our quarterback pull it. Guys are open pursuing. 59 is trying to chase it down from the backside. We still skip pull. What I do want to show here is these guys are going to twist, and we pick this up. Not bad at all. These two guys are going to twist, and with the skip pull, it clears the image immediately. Tackle ends up getting 15. Center's trying to push the guard through to go get backer. But you'll see here, that skip pull pulls everybody play side, and now we just it got 59 rolling, and the quarterback pulls it correctly. We go get 11 yards on this run here. You see it from the backside. I truly believe this is a play. The way we run it I think is the easiest way for high school kids to see it, because once I skip pull and I know this guy's in my play side gap, that's my guy I'm going to block. Like in this case, in the perfect world, when 8 slants, truly the center should pick him up. He should end up, guard should still end up climbing to the backer, but he sticks to the guy. And if we did run a play side, we'd probably still gain probably 3-4 yards. But in that case, I'll take 3-4 yards over negative play. Quarterback end up pulling it, making a good play, and got 11 yards. We go back to playing Coronado. Let me see if I get the ass view. We go back to Coronado. We run it to our right. Same thing here. We're going to go double. Uno to this backer here. He has a guy inside of him, so I'm telling him if he's in your play side gap, just hook this guy because he's in your play side gap. We skip pull through it, and if you watch the line, everybody's shoulders are square. And what I teach is we skip pull, dip my hips, and I'm running. I'm trying to power clean this guy once I make contact. Who's ever in my gap, I'm running full speed. It's a square body. And with that, when we make it a linebacker, I tell this guy here, you play chicken. If he gives you face mask, you play face mask. We run straight down his face. Most guys got common sense and they'll pick a side, but if he wants to play chicken and want to go down the middle, you take him where he wants to go. All right. And now we give the back the chance to cut back if he wants, because now if we go play side shoulder, we force the back to run a certain angle. I want to play straight down his face mask. Now a back has a two-way go, and the back will make us right. We got athletic kids, and O-lineman just go put a body on a body, hit him square in the face, and go take him for a ride. Wayne asked me earlier this week, like, how does your center snap and skip pull? Man, we just rep it. And every snap's not perfect, but the kid does a great job. He gets there to the plate, to the nose, and our backside guard gets 11, the backer, because it's flowing fast. It clears the picture up immediately for the O-line. So I don't have to guess. Do I have to stay on this guy? Do I got to help this guy? It makes the picture clear right now because they have to get to a gap. We go stretch right. On this play, this kid here is one of my younger tackles.
Can I ask a quick question on the last play?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That one right there. What are you telling your backside guard and your center here? So they're responsible for the zone. And it works out perfectly, but it looks like the nose is going to the guard zone. So what are you telling your guys when they're actually picking up those 2-man zones like that?
So all I'm telling them is we call our double teams, right? So when these guys scream here, they scream double. We got us two got these two. Us two got these two. So however they want to wheel and deal it, when the skip pull happens, it clears the picture. So if I'm the center and he jumps into my gap, I know that's my guy. So when he jumps into his gap, that's his guy. The backside guard has nobody else to block. This guy has made a decision. I skip pull. He's not there. I'm climbing the backer now. He's on my person now. So I'm gonna block him. He's touching me. I'm gonna block him, and it makes the picture clear. So I'm gonna skip pull to my gap. This guy touched me. That's my guy. I skip pull. Clearly, you can see this guy stepping with his left foot. So he's going left. The pitch is clear. Boom. I got the backside backer. But we know that us two are responsible for these two guys. We got these two guys. However we want to will and deal it is truly up to them. We're going to skip pull, and they got to answer the question. They got to play a gap. So whatever gap they got to play, I think the skip pull makes them have to get to their gap even quicker, and it makes the picture clear for us immediately. Because as it happens, I skip pull, boom, he's in my gap. I don't have the guard, he's not in my gap, and it works out perfectly. Yes, sir.
So I've seen the first clip from week 1, and you said week 4, so you made this adjustment from just stepping to the skip pull during like mid-season, like not even mid-season.
Yes.
Was that
Yes,
a you
man.
thing? Was it an OC thing, or just going to the board and trying to figure it out?
No, that was a me thing, man. Truly, because they got my title was run game coordinator, so they gave me the freedom to kind of, as a last head coach, he just retired. He told me work my magic. I'm like, cool. So I just started experimenting, and I kind of was watching. So the guy we played at Del Valle, he the OC there was an O-line guy from he played with us at UTEP, Ramirez, and I watched they run a play similar to us, but they have like the backside guy. He was skip pull. I'm like, let me see what this would look like if we all skip pull. And then we did it a few times in practice. Like, ooh, this looks real clear. The picture looked real clear. We're getting on backers quick, and it just worked. And this is just truly, this is my new invention that worked. Is I tried it, and it worked, and my boys understand it, and we just running with it. But in my personal opinion, of a guy that had a nickname in college as Wrong Way Watkins and messing up plays, to me, it truly clears up the picture for these kids. Some of these kids, their first time ever knowing, talking real football is with me. So I think it helped. The skip pull helps. Is no one in my play side gap immediately, I climb the backer now. I run. And a lot of times we say too, like, hey, so what if this guy slants here, he goes here? It's natural. Because if he slants there into his gap, he's gonna be on his person. He's gonna shoot his backside hand and climb up the backer. It should happen that naturally. But we're understand too, we're skip pulling laterally. We're not going back. We're not going downfield. We're skip pulling to see the full picture. So once we see the full picture, it gets easy. But when it's all clouded and we're turning we're bucket stepping sideways, the picture's not that clear. And we got a back who I think he ran a 10.5 in the 100. So if we get this guy, he could hit the gap with his knees, with a forward lean, knees high, dorsal flex on his ankles. Like, we know we're gonna score. So it was just a clearer image for him, a clearer image for the lineman also, and it just helped everybody. This was our bread and butter. This was our huge play for us this year that helped our yardage increase so much.
One last question. My bad, dog. Just to piggyback off of that, I'm sorry. Same footwork, same stance, whether I'm going right or left.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
We not switching nothing. The only thing that will change if we get a 4 down front and you're the guy that got the banjo block, you're the play side backer, well, you're the play side tackle, right? I'll give you some wiggle room. You can shuffle, you can skip pull, whatever you prefer, but you got to block that. You got to block that DN because there's no one else going to block him but you. So we're skip pulling because it's a double team, and it kind of answers that question a little bit quicker for us. So, but if we get a 4 down front, you're the play side tackle. You got to be smart on whatever step you take, because it could put you in a bad predicament. And we got a play coming up. They'll show you where our tackle, he takes a bad footwork and the DN shoots the gap, but the running back reads that block. He reads the DN. He ends up bending it backside. He makes it a successful play. We'll show that one next. What's up, Amdal? You gotta turn your mic on. Yeah. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What are you telling your guys to stay low and keep their eyes under their opponent's eyes there on that skip pull? Or are you putting them through like a shoot to practice it, or are they just going out on the free, like nobody in front of them? Like, what's the process on that?
So we're teaching. We do it through the shoots. We also work on. You ever seen those receiver shoots? It's the single shoot. We'll get 4 of them lined up. We'll skip pull. We'll have a bag behind that shoot, and we got to sink our hips to go to our block. So what I truly try to teach them is, man, we're trying to power clean through guys. I'm trying to stay low. I'm dipping my hips because most time people say, oh, these guys skip pull. I mean, they're showing high chest. Not all the time. If we can skip pull laterally, we don't have to pop straight up. We want to stay low with a forward lean. So if Big 74 here stabs you in the chest against my little center who's 5'6" and maybe 200 pounds against a guy that's 6'6", 300, he don't get buried in the backfield. So it's just trying to get that forward lean, and we all know we going forward, right? It's a run play. Right. So you try to stay low, not show too much hi-hat. Truly, I don't even want to see your numbers because that means I'm trying to run. I'm skip pulling, and I tell them as soon as my foot hit, I skip pull. I go, my foot hits right, left. I'm going downhill now. I'm going. My whole mindset is I'm thinking blood. Whoever in my gap, I'm going to murder, and I'm trying to dip my hips to this guy.
Are you thinking more laterally or speed on those skip pulls? So, like if they're going quick on a skip pull, then they're probably not going to go as lateral as much. But if they're going more lateral on that skip pull, then they're probably going to be taking a little bit of a slower step. So is it
Great question. So everything is predicated on the backer's alignment, right? So if I'm the center, I know this is the backside backer. Why the hell am I sprinting way out here to this guard on the skip pull, right? So that's what we got to know too. Like where is the backer? I'm the center. I ain't got to sprint over the top that hard. Let's say this guy does stay center mass. He skip pulls. Now I can play through his play side shoulder and be more patient because the backer's way back here, right? So it's all predicated on where that backer is. If that backer's playing, like you're the center, your backer that you're double team with is on over the backside guard, I could take it slow. I don't have to go too fast. My speed's always predicated on the backer. Let's say backer lines up here where the ref is, I got to pick some speed up, right? I got to pick some speed up because at that point, he can shoot this gap here quicker than he can shoot this gap there. Because all I'm worried about is as an old lineman is how, first of all, what's the quickest way to get cussed out? And that's what they're thinking on my side. What's the quickest way to piss off Coach Watkins? Yeah, you getting a tackle for loss on freaking any play is bad, right? So if I'm my only panic is, oh, this guy's basically the only guy that could probably beat me to my play side gap. So let me just skip pull well enough so I can get there, get play side, and right here he's already beat this guy. He's beat. Right. And this guy is extremely small. I got a good friend, you know him, Paulo. They played us at Eastwood, and he told me straight up, hey, the way we beat y'all was that we targeted your smallest lineman, which is my center. Okay. Like, he's my smallest guy. And he's my weakest guy in the weight room, too. But I told him, just like I was, hey, if you trust the technique, you'll be okay. And so he trusts the technique. No, go ahead. I'm just telling him, like, if you trust the technique like it's the gospel, like I tell my guys, if you trust it like it's the gospel, you're going to be okay. But if you question everything I'm saying, how about we try it, trust it wholeheartedly, and then we could walk through it. I'm an open coach, man. So I hated dealing with coaches in college and high school. Like, no, it's my way or the highway. That's not realistic. These kids are different. If anybody's been coaching or training kids, you understand this generation of kids is so much different. So that don't work. That hasn't worked in my short coaching career of my way or the highway. So we'll go through drills. We'll do things on film. Until you do it the way I tell you to do it, I don't want to hear your opinion about how we doing stuff. So he trusted. They know it worked. And a lot of times doing this year as a new coach to them, they're hearing, Coach, that worked. Oh, man, that worked, Coach. I'm like, yeah, goofy, because I wasn't the biggest lineman. I had to be a technically sound guy. So I'm teaching you how I learned. Right. So that's what I was able to be successful.
So, what I was going to say is, it's good to practice this not only on air but in front of a defender, so you can see how big of a step you need to take if he's got an inside look, an outside look, or he's got backside pressure on me. So I need to take that step maybe shorter or bigger. So that you do that as well, right? And then tell them the look at where that guy is before you take your step, or is it, I mean, I don't know how quick your guys get to the line. So is it just quick get lined up and you see where your guy's at and you know, I'm going to take a short one or a long one?
So you're 100% correct. So we do this in half line and full lines. For practice, we'll go just these guys here. We just want to see play side guard, play side tackle, work a double team. We'll go center guard, and we'll just work that skip pull from these different positions. And now what I'll do, I'll be behind here like the quarterback, and I'll say, hey, you go here, you go here. So they try to cheat my drill and they don't trust it, they'll get messed up. I'll say, hey, you go here and you go here. And I'll give a lot of different variation what they'll see. But the same way we'll block this play, just the only thing that changes if we ran inside zone the same way, the only thing that will change is our footwork. But my steps will still be similar to everything is predicated off where is this backer. Right. Everything has to be predicated off that. We're always trying to aim our play side foot to the play side backer. We're always trying to do that. Even on inside zone, this play makes it a little bit funny because now I'm skip pulling and moving, and small guy like my center, it just puts him in position a little bit quicker than most guys, and it clears the image up extremely fast. I see your hand up too, Q.
Thank you.
No problem. You good? Cool. Let me go to this one here because this is one of my favorites. This actually gives one of my guys here in Cage. So we go here. You'll see my tackle. Excuse me. He's a young guy, right? It's his first time truly getting reps as a varsity guy. This is his first year. But the guy's he's a freak. He's 6'6", benches 315, squats over 450, power cleans over 280. He's a freak, but he's just that kid that's learning his body and learning football. So, as we said before, you get a 4 down front. We understand I'm by myself. I'm here. I got banjo. I got single. And we going dose to this backside backer here. And now here, this guy here, he'll end up in the read. And that's how everything will play out here. But you're going to see my tackle. He gets nervous. He don't know if he wants to skip, pull, jump, bust a rug or something. His feet are everywhere. And you'll see this here. He spooks the back. But since everybody else is in position, and this here also my small center, he's out of position. He's getting pressed into the hole, but it makes the image clear for the back. So play side is shut down, the bang is shut down, and he just bends it. He bends it backside and makes a play. It ain't perfect. The play went wrong. It's no good football play when two guys mess up. Also, we have here, like you guys said before, like everything's predicated off the backer. Backer's in the guard's play side gap. So now he skipped pull a little too far. That guard. He could have skipped pull quicker, got his play side foot down and went strong on with his left hand through his chest. But now he puts his center, smaller guy on the team, puts him on the island. Also, watch how my center stands straight up, boom, and gets two hands in the chest and gets pressed back into the gap. Right? But if you watch my guard, he's bent, knees are bent, forward lean. Watch my backside tackle, right? Forward lean. You even see the backside guard. He takes his time because the backside, the guy they're dosing to is way backside outside of our play side tackle. So he takes his time. I would love to see him take his steps vertical through his chest. But as you see here, we catch it in that instance there, that's the bend. I would love to see him go here and then go north and south and not run so lateral. But he made a great play, man. Great play. It wasn't perfect. Play side tackle did a terrible job guessing with his feet. I told you I give them an option of one shuffle. I want to see you go one shuffle, dip my hips, double unders, and run him out of the hole. But he just kept shuffling. Guy spooks the back sees it, bounces backside. But the image here for the running back is very, very, very clear. There's no guessing. Because my read, like we said before, my read is the first D lineman. First D lineman shows up in the hole, boom. That's my first read. Second read is the second D tackle in the hole. He's there. He bends it back. I would love to see him do some swivel up here, make a play here, but I'm not going to complain about a play we got 36 yards on. I'm not going to complain about that. All right. Also, I didn't speak too much about personnel groupings right here. We're running out of pistol. We got here is our 20 personnel. We brought a receiver into the mix. Truly, he's playing like our H. We're running out of pistol. We call this Royal. And it ends up being a great play. Let me show you guys it from the wide view. We're going to go left. Our D1 guys, you'll see linemen making contact with guys way down the line. I got a center here, about 5 yards depth, making contact with these guys. And we're playing chicken. We're hitting them square in the mouth and letting our back be an athlete. So the guy run a 10-5, and there goes his 10-5. We go here. Let me show you. Let's show ass view. We'll see ass view here. Let's pause it here. We'll see ass view here. We're going double, boom, uno. to this backside back of here, and he's just trying to run and cut this guy off. And it just looks beautiful. Watch the center, my smallest guy, get out there. He's running. And I'm telling him, as soon as my feet hit the ground, we do the simple, I use the sound effects of pat, pat. My feet hit the ground. 1, 2, boom. I'm downhill now. I'm in a full sprint. And when I get there, I want to play chicken. Like, if my center just runs straight, he gives you face mask, run straight through his face mask, will be okay. But the way we're side shuffling, we let this guy play over the top. In the perfect world, I tell linemen, we run a screen, we run anything. We get an open field with any skill position, we play chicken. You want straight down his face mask, make your running back right. You'll see here my play side tackle and guard. They're going to sort out this double. Boom. Guard gets the DN. Now you got a D1 freaking lineman with 16 offers on a little bitty linebacker. And now it gets fun. Now he's strong. He's explosive. And now we off to the races. And it's a home run shot. Somebody raise their hand.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Would you adjust the skip pull to D-line that are read and react guys? So like our defensive line are taught, even if they're slanting, they step in the gap, but they read the guard's feet, right? So they come over with us so they can actually see what our footwork's like, and they read the guard's feet, and then they redirect and chase back into the gap that they just left from. Would you change the skip pull with a technique like that?
I wouldn't. I think by the time that you figure out what the hell we're doing with our feet, we're already on your play side shoulder. You're over. That's too much thinking. For me personally, as a high school kid, in college, it might give you a little run for your money. But like, I think as a high school kid, you having to watch my feet, understand where I'm going, adjust, then press is too much. I'm already on your play side shoulder. We teach double unders. I teach sink your hips and run. And most time, and with wide zone, if you guys notice, most of our blocks have not been a pancake once. They're just getting away. They're just getting away blocks. And let your back that runs, let him run. If I think we might get to the point we might widen our splits just a little bit to give him true more angles. I think we're going to try to experiment with it a little bit in the season, try to go some Texas Tech splits and see if we can hit it there and just truly give him a chance to open the field up and see how let the back get freaky. That's what I say. Hey, let's skip pull, let's get to our angles, let's run. And I think that's truly that'll be hard for any D-line kid that's taught read and react, because I'm already on you. Like that it's a good ideal initially, but if I'm already on top of you and I'm already to your play side shoulder, I haven't showed you guys one pancake block yet. And I got a kid that's all he loves to do is pancake block, and he could do it anytime he wants. But most of the blocks are just getting away. Go play chicken, butt them up, fit your hands, and try to finish your block. But if you don't get a pancake, you're perfectly fine. Our back will make you right. Let your playmakers make you right. And that's been our success. We let that guy that's running the rock now, he got as of right now 2 D1 offers. I think it's one more that might pop off soon. But he wasn't a D1 back before he came in the room. And I told the O-line to their face, like, hey, we're going to make this kid a D1 back. That's our job. And you want to know if your job is done this year is when we make him a D1 back. And they came to me at the end of the year, and I say, did I lie to you? Like, nope. And I always say to them, I would never lie to you. And we made that guy D1 back. Now everybody going to come out and see how the hell this kid out of nowhere as a junior become a D1 running back. And they're going to say, who the hell is blocking for him? And that's how we end up getting kids scholarships. Like, who the hell is blocking for this kid that just popped over 2,000 yards and over 20 touchdowns out of nowhere in 6A football in the state of Texas? And that's how we end up getting our guys, my position group, we end up getting them looks to go to the next level. Right here, this is going to be the team that I coached for the year before I got here. I'll tell you now, it was personal. So we ran for the ball over 400 yards. We popped 6 rushing touchdowns on them. And the whole mindset of this game was that, man, if we got to pass the ball, if we pass the ball, you're gonna meet a whole new Coach Watkins, and that's truly what's mindset. These guys play hard. They took my mentality and brought it to the field, man. So we're gonna run. They're gonna end up running, still running odd. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go double. Oh, my bad. Everything messing up. There we go. You're good. We're gonna go double uno. Double play side guard, place a tackle to this play side backer here. Center backside guard to this backside backer here. He's in my inside gap. I'm just trying to get play side and get this guy out the hole. This here gonna be think about it, 80-something yard touchdown. We're gonna bust. Not perfect by my play side tackle because he's sideways. Guard tries to help, tries to save the play, but us just running our feet and letting our guy be a guy, he just made a play. Was not perfect blocking at all, but us getting a hand on the guy allowed this guy to open up field and just run. Wasn't perfect by any means necessary. Our play side tackle did a terrible job at skip pulling. He didn't trust it. I don't think he knew who he was double teaming to, because if he jumps outside and gets his play side hand on the 9 of that D lineman, it's a very, very easy block for us to go get 6. But at the end of the day, great play. Great play by our running back. He made us right. This play here is going to be the same play going opposite way, but it's a lot cleaner. Left guard, left tackle does it perfectly. You'll see the play side tackle plays it patiently because we see the backer playing a little patient. We go stab and grab, boom, run our feet. We see back here, center's trying to get the 20, but he does slow him down enough for our number 20 to hit the sideline. He bounced it. We ran it as a wide zone lead out of split back, different personnel grouping, and we just let 20 go run. Great play. We'll make this the last one here. Same thing, run out of split back. Same thing, we're going double. They're going double uno to the play side back who's already creeping in the gap. We got center, backside guard working to that backer in the middle. If our split back, who's playing our fullback, go block this corner right here, this guy walks into the end zone. He makes a miss, touchdown. And with us as the O-line group and we understanding where this backer is lining up, cool. Double teams off. He's in the gap. Just get our guy, gets to the play side shoulder. Watch my center get to the back to this backer, sprints across his face, gets there, and just seals that touchdown. This one here is a wrinkle. We talked about wrinkles earlier. We ran a reverse pass. I don't know who. Our guy who got the ball in his hand, I don't know who he's seen back here, who spooked him, but it's a guy open in the back of the end zone, and he never threw him the ball. I don't know why. I don't know if he talked to his girlfriend or something. I don't know. But he's butt naked in the back of the end zone. We never threw him the ball. Yeah, but never threw him the ball. But it's a great wrinkle off wide zone. This is one of the drills I love to do. Just created this drill recently, seeing a guy run a variation of this from Missouri. It's a great freaking drill. I called it organized chaos. So if you see the guys here in red, they're going to stack 3 bags over the center. They'll stack 3 bags over the tackle. And this is a great drill even for inside zone, especially for wide zone. And all we're trying to do, if it's wide zone, we just skip pull into our gap. We run into our gap, right? So you see the numbers here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The guys over the right tackle, their numbers are as listed. They have 1, 2, 3 on their side. So I'll say, you'll see me behind. I'll say 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right. And so I'll say, we call it right now. We call it Denver. We'll call it Denver 18, Denver 18, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And I'll go hut, and we'll snap the ball. And the guys on defense got to know what we're doing, because I want to see it hit quick. And they got to run to their gaps. And we got bags in their hands. And I think the biggest thing, too, is kids understanding is more important to the guy who knows how to hold a bag correctly. Because I've never seen more fights started in college football than guys who do this with the bag. So I want you to run back, hold the bag high, back here, and I'm running into this guy, trying to give him my chest so I can feel that body presence. Yes, sir.
You're right about that because I was gonna whoop so lot of ass. I just wanted to add that in there.
Hey man, I've seen a lot of fights in college with guys that don't know how to hold the bag, just being a butthole. But that's what I coach. It's more important the guy holding the bag. So I'll show you guys a clip right now. But this is a wide zone drill. You can use it on inside zone. Also, I'm going to try this week, use it as a pass, a blitz pickup period too. And so we'll go slide, four slide left. I'll get this guy here. He'll stay there, and I'll end up stacking this guy over the guards, and I'll send them in the same direction too. Just give them different directions. I think you can use this drill to get a lot of things accomplished. And I hear coaches say in college and in NFL, I talk to college kids like, what's the biggest difference between a high school kid and a college kid? It's like truly is hand placement and eye discipline. Kids are bad with their eyes, so this is a great drill for the eyes. So you'll see here we're going right. Here you'll see my right guard and right tackle are going backwards instead of vertical, right? What about that lateral? They're losing ground. You can see how they're going so far back because everybody else is on the line of scrimmage, and I'm sending these guys to gaps, and you got to get to your gap. My backside guy, my left tackle, he's a young cat who's trying to see if he can get a name and play in varsity, but the thing is we got to run to our gap. As soon as my feet hit, right, left, boom, boom, I'm running through this guy. That's what we're struggling on now. Running through the guy. You'll see here. You'll see me there in the back. And in the back, you'll see me like I'm throwing up gang signs in the back here. But I'm giving them numbers. So I'm telling the first guy, I go 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. I'm doing it with my hands. And I already gave them the call. All right, ready? I'll catch the snap, and we'll see if we pick it up. You'll see here my center, same small guy we talked about. You got to understand, too, he skipped, his eyes are bad, right? Because he's just now looking into his gap as he skip pull. You should already be looking at your play side gap and running. And everything is also, when we skip pull on wide zone, I truly take the guy at the angle that he gives me. If I skip pull, he's faster than me, he gives me his backside number, backside hip, I punch his backside hip, try to grab his backside number, I just take him where he wants to go. I take him to dinner. And you'll see here they're getting in a little scuffle. Good little competition period. Most mistakes to avoid, we said a few times here. Linemen skip pulling too high. You should always have a forward lean. I should not see your numbers out of the front. Moving too slow, right? In the right situation. Some situations you can be patient because the back is so far backside. Also have an eye discipline on your combo block. Seeing who you're going to double team is huge. Also having poor communication or no communication on double team blocks. We need to know who we blocking. I think that any O-line coach and whoever you put on the field, I think you should be confident enough that you could tell the motherfuckers across from you, excuse my language, across from you, who you blocking and tell them come stop it. I feel like that got to be attitude you got to bring into the room. Like we the biggest baggest mofos on the planet. Come stop it. We run the ball here. What you gonna do about it? We need to communicate and be confident in our communication. Running back, cutting in the backfield too early, right? That's a big mistake that we cannot make. No dancing. You're a one cut back. If you want to see some highlights of a one cut back, go search Arian Foster, great running back from Houston, Texas, man. Also reading blocks. Understand who you're reading first. You're reading the first play side defensive lineman. Well, the second guy past the center, you're reading the DN. And the next you'll read the inside backer or the down lineman, depending on what defense they have. Also trusting your O-lineman that they're going to get their block, right? Because the only time I see guys dance is because I feel like you don't trust that your O-lineman is going to get your block, right? Trust your guys that they're coached up well and that they understand their bread get buttered when they protect their running back. And also tight end, a play side tackle, reaching play side defender and getting him vertical. I don't want him to go lateral. If we let him go lateral, he stretches the play. Get to his play side. If I can get to his play side shoulder and wash him down, create an immediate corner for our back now, please. My closing thought, wide zone isn't about magic. It's about movement, timing, and trust. trust O-linemen, you trust each other on their calls. Also about our timing of the back, making all our decisions in 3 steps. I emphasize to be repetitive in what we do, always coaching it, always watching it, always doing drills that's going to get us the results we want, always communicating. I try to build that culture with my O-line, man. Like we're family. Like if you don't know something, man, you need to talk to me. Like, because I'm assuming you know it if you don't talk. When we have that kind of the room where we can have those conversations, purpose driven. Understand, we got to understand as an O-line group too, nobody cares how many pancakes you get. Pancakes ain't really going to get you a lot of scholarships. What's going to get you your shine is when your boys shine. So understand my purpose is to see my back go off. Once my running back goes off, quarterback goes off, then college coaches come asking, who the hell's blocking for this kid? Understand my selfish desires are answered when I'm selfless. And that's all O-lineman is. I'm a selfless servant. I'm trying to help you be successful. And when I help you be successful, everybody eat. And that's how it's always been. And that's one thing I love about O-line. It's a true testament to being a man. Truly, because at the end of the day, we're the only group of guys in any sport that play with our backs to the wall, backs to the ball. Also, we're the only group that don't get praised until somebody does something immaculate, right? Asher Genty goes crazy and almost break a record. Oh, that's a great run. What is his O-line doing? But he got to almost break Barry Sanders' record to get any acknowledgement from his O-line. Same thing with your Emmett Smiths and all them. And who's blocking for this guy? Well, that's how Larry Allen got a name, because his back went crazy. Not because he's over there bench pressing the world, because his back went crazy. And that's the true testament of a man. When you have a family, once your family shine in it, you look like a great father and a great husband. And that's what I love about O-line play. What makes wide zone timeless, in my personal opinion, it's adaptable to any kind of personnel, any kind of offense, any kind of kids in your room. I think is doable for sure. But you can't date it. You got to marry it. Forces defense to stay disciplined. If one person makes a mistake, it's a home run shot. Creates natural leverage. It creates cutback lanes naturally. It's not forced. It's ideal for any offense. You can implement it once you marry it, right? Then you can start dating it and just wrinkling it in and putting your own wrinkle to it of your offense in it also. My bad. Time for any questions. I know you guys asked a few during the presentation. Anybody got any questions for me?
I do. Mm-hmm. What are your guys' aiming points?
My guys' aiming points, truly, let's say I'm always trying to aim for play side armpit, right? If we're working that double team, I'm the play side guy. I'm trying to use my backside hand to punch through that play side armpit at defender to get his shoulders to turn. Once his shoulders turned, we know we got the block secured, because now all my backside guard, backside tackle has to do is just flip his hips and this guy's blocked. I'm always aiming for the play side armpit. Yes, that answer that for you, Mike. Wayne. Cool. What up, Mike?
What's good, dog? Shoot, this is a great clinic, man. I appreciate y'all putting it on. When you told me you were skip pulling everybody a couple weeks ago, I was like, skip pulling everybody, so it's great to see it now. But anyhow, my question is, what techniques do y'all struggle with the most, or do you think give y'all the hardest time in picking up?
The hardest time that we have, man, is versus odd. But the reason why we struggled against odd is because if I go back through the film, my center, who was my weak link of my O-line, and I can say that honestly, but he's still going to plan for me, he was doing stuff we didn't coach. So instead of skip pulling, he would skip pull, then he would turn his shoulders and he would get penetrated. He'll get walked back he'll get penetration and make the running back bounce it before he wanted to bounce it. Also, what I'm looking at now is when we run into that situation again, my plan is going to be what this is already setting me up for is natural pin pull. So we know how to skip pull. So now we get a guy that's a little bit more difficult. I can get my more athletic center out, and we could just pull. We could turn our stretch into simple pin pull. And we already been working the skip pulls. All we're gonna do is down block the bigger guy on that's on top of my nose guard and let us run. Does that answer it, Mike? My bad.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, great answer. Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Colin.
All right, I have a few. I kind of saved mine. That would I wouldn't stop the presentation. But so you say you have wrinkles off of wide zone. Is the footwork the same for
Yes,
the
sir.
wide zone? I seen you through the reverse end, and that was the same. But if y'all run like boots or anything other than a RPO, are the steps the same?
For the O-line, yes, sir, 100%. So what I want to do, I want to sell the picture that we run in wide zone because everybody knows that's our bread and butter, the guys we play. So if you watch film watch from last year, if you see y'all, if I'm a defensive coach, if you see these guys skip pool is wide zone now. And we're running, I couldn't find a clip of it from my practices, but we have actually did what we call it Italy. We're going to skip pool everybody. We're going to go naked. We're going to skip pool, play side. We got to make sure the backside tackle takes care of the inside defender. Our defense running a 4-down right now. We'll leave the backside in alone. The same way we'll run, the same way exactly that we will run wide zone. So it'll look the same. We'll send a guy back across the H back across the defender's face for a quick release. If the backside DN attacks the quarterback immediately, we can dump it off to him. And we're just running flood across. We're just flowing across the top. And if we got time, depends on how the DN plays. It decides if the quarterback releases it to the H or he has time to set up and throw a little bit deeper. But we want to make it all look the same. I want the same verbiage for the O-line. I want people to hear. That's why we want to talk. We want to hear single, double. Oh, they're running it. They're running the ball over here. They're running the ball over here. So when you hear that, and we pull the sheet from under you, and we can run it that way. But on that one, if we go boot, the backside tackle needs to make sure that his inside defender does not spin out and chase the quarterback down. But we're still responsible for the same guys. We're just not going downfield. We're still going to skip pool. It's all going to look the same, and the quarterback's out running bootleg.
Okay. Second question: what tendency are y'all going better left or right? Or are y'all pretty much the same?
Well, our tendency last year was running behind the guy with 16 offers. That was our tendency last year. But now we're better, right? So now we're better. I had an off season with these guys now. So now truly I believe we can spit it out anywhere now. Now you got to respect both sides of the ball. My right tackle he's just as strong as my D1 left tackle, just as big as him too in weight. So now it's truly pick our poison. What do we like? But if anybody's going off our tendencies of how we ran last year, we ran behind the kid with 16 D1 offers. That one was easy. It wasn't no guessing. Like we ran for over 3,000 yards and over 30 touchdowns, and 90% of them went left behind the D1 guy. And we didn't run no triple option. We didn't run nothing. We still popped for 3,000 yards, and we couldn't pass the ball to save our life. But we ran wide zone well, and that was our bread and butter, and it made us right.
All right, and then last one, and so the single, double, triple, and then the uno.
Those tres?
Yeah. Does that let's say you're running it left. Does single go to the left, or is single always on the right? And
great question. So I predicate everything play side, backside. So play side. So if we're going left now, so play side is English, backside is Spanish. So if we're going left now, if I cut the center down the middle, everything to the left of him is English. Everything to the back of him is Spanish. Right. So we don't have a left to right. Is the ball going this way? Is the ball going that way? So it's play side, backside is the way we speak of it. So if we go stretch right, we go wide zone right, we'll hear the term single, double, triple, right? And we're trying to get people used to hearing that term. So when I want to run something different at you to get you off your kilter, you over pursue, and we catch you napping and kick some out the back door.
Go ahead, Nelly.
Hey, what's up, guys? So with the way you guys run wide zone, do you completely? You might have said this earlier, but I was driving. My bad. Do you guys completely eliminate quote unquote outside zone?
No. So with wide zone, it could truly. That's why we say the terms bounce, bang, or bend. It could still be stretched. It can still bounce outside and be naturally outside zone. I like it because it's truly us reading the defender. Like it could turn into an outside zone. Like if we and a lot of times it end up turning the outside zone because we'll run it to the left and we got a D1 left tackle who can bench the world and has a nasty mentality. And sometimes it just turns it because he just blows up the play side defender. And sometimes it might end up being that way. But with wide zone, it gives you the variation of letting your back be an athlete. Truly just let him read the play. So it doesn't always have to be outside because that's where they get you when they start over pursuing. So when these guys start over pursuing, say, oh, it's just outside zone. Now we can cut back. The running back can bend it. He can bend it back. He can bang it, go north and south down the hash, or he can kick it outside the play side tackle. So that's the beauty of it. Just having a back that understands that read. I have 3 options. I don't have to keep it play side, but it's all predicated on a read, not your personal opinion. And that's the huge part about it. We had it early in the year, our back would just try to jump it outside. I'm like, bro, that's not the read. What are you reading? Well, I thought it was just stretch. I'm like, nah, it's wide zone. But before I got there, they just called it stretch. I'm like, bro, when y'all say stretch to me, that's automatic outside zone. Let's call it wide zone. Let's explain the history of wide zone. Let's show them clips of guys that did it successfully. Like, let's show some Terrell Davis and how he read and how it and it made the image more clear. And I think that helped out a lot with our running back, just seeing it in different angles.
Okay, so for you guys, does that mean when you call stretch, that's wide zone? So it could be A, B, C gap depending on how the running back reads it.
Exactly. Or how the defense plays it. Maybe they jump over the top. They're scared that we're going to run it. Let's say we run it to the field. They probably say, oh, they're trying to run this to the field, and they try to over pursue, and now we're down the hash running down your throat. So it truly predicates off the running back is reading the defense. You're reading your blocks. How's the DN playing it? Is he jumping outside? Cool. Now I could probably bang it or I could bend it because now I got to read my second defender. And it's just the running back just being a natural athlete and him just playing ball, which is almost like backyard freaking football at that point, just reading your blocks.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, because we're in spring ball right now, and I think the boys they're pretty good at understanding the concepts of inside zone, our gap scheme, power counters. They're getting that. We're just now touching on outside zone, but I'm thinking maybe we keep the same terminology, and then we as coaches make it wide zone, and then we can just teach the running back, hey, this doesn't necessarily have to go C gap. We could go A, B, C, D if we get decided.
Yep, just teach them to read it, man, and just tell them. And most time in high school, the guy that ends up playing running back is probably the most athletic kid. So just let him be a freak. I say let him go get freaky, man, and have some fun, and just read it. Understand this is your first read, and just go.
And the entire line skip pulling, you're signing that. That's your creation.
That is mine, man. I put a stamp on that. I watched Ramirez. He coached at UTEP too. He had his backside guys on wide zone skip pulling. I was like, let's see what happened when the full line does it. And it cleared the picture up for us immediately. And it gets the fat boys out of the 3-point stands fast, and it gets us running with a forward lean already, which is nice, which I enjoy. Like, because I think O-line could be the stupidest position. Let me put my hand in the ground. Let this guy run full speed at me while I'm going backwards. Like, I think we do some things that I just hate as an O-line guy. So like, let's make this a fair fight. Let's skip pull, and we're already moving with bigger guys, and let's go run. And I think it worked out well for us this year. And I think this year coming up is going to be even better because our running back's vision has got so much better. And now the way we run it now, I tell the backside tackle, I say, hey, because if they give us a 4 down front, we should have a 5 on the backside, and those 2 inside backers are going to be taken care of with a double team. I want the backside tackle. You go get the backside safety. I want you to run for the play side, for that inside back, and run for him. If you get him, take him, and then these guys will work that way. But I want you to go try to get the backside safety. Like, your block should be the touchdown block if you're the backside tackle on wide zone, because we're gonna RPO read. Zone read the backside DN anyway. So let's go make a track meet. Let's go find. I call let's go hunt skinny guys. Put a bounty out on their head.
There we go. Hey man, I really like that. So now that I know that is your stuff, I'm about to hype you up. I actually have my OC on this right now to listen to it, and we're texting on the side. We really like that full line skip pull. It looks nice. So when I see my guys on Monday, I'm about to hype you up, man. Let them know this is legendary.
I tell them, be like Tupac out there, bro. Come on, go to Cali, baby. Kelly, make some music. Put me on.
All right, bro. Good stuff.
Thank you, brother.
Mike, do you have another question?
Nah, man, I ain't had no more, man. Shit, I'm listening to y'all now. I'm just kind of whatever somebody else asked that I ain't think of, man. But it's good to see y'all boys, man. What up, McCage?
Well, let me say, Jerel, your presentation was pretty amazing. Like, and you coming up with that with the skip pull, the lateral skip pull to get the clear read. That's pretty innovative, dude. I mean, I can only give you kudos. Does anybody have any tips for him as far as his presentation goes? You know, because the main thing with this is, you know, we want to allow people to present. That way, when they get in front of a room where they have to go present, to go be an O-line coach, to go be a OC, to be a head coach, right? It's not their first time doing it. I interviewed for the Lockhart head coaching job, and a lot of those questions I got, you know, it was my first time hearing them. Thank God I asked some questions around, and I was a little better prepared than most. But, you know, I talked to my head coach, and he said it took him 8 interviews to get his job. And I talked to another coach, and he said it took him 12. You know, so I think, you know, us getting on here and presenting what we know, presenting what we love, you know, gives us the opportunity to get in front of those rooms and not be nervous, right? And present like it's our knowledge, not like something that we borrowed from anyone. You know, even though I know we borrow, but when you believe in something, you believe in it. So does anybody have any tips or anything for him?
I'm about to say, just myself also, man. I'm inspiring OC, inspiring head coach, man. I'm in year 3, man. I'm thinking about to shoot for a head coaching spot, probably my 5th year, but I'm still inspired to be an OC. I ain't made it there yet, so I appreciate it. The comments that are coming.
Man, I would say just in terms of a little quick feedback, man. I'd say just slow down a little bit. That's all. Shoot, because the floor is yours. Everybody listening. Shoot, you ain't gotta get it all out in 10 seconds. Shoot, just slow down a little bit. But you know, our personalities. I know I can talk fast too. But that's all I say.
Yes, sir.
Anyone else got anything for him? Okay.
Hey, I like the vicious and delicious. That's the first time I heard that. That was pretty good. Yeah, man, just be confident even when people asking you questions and like, you know, you talking wide zone and then, you know, we asking you all this different stuff and you kind of repeating the same thing to us. Like just remain confident with it. Don't be like, you know, don't let it doubt you, because like when you giving presentations, they're gonna throw you a question just to kind of get you to stumble a little bit, and you trying to catch yourself and go from there. So just be confident, you know it, and you know, keep doing what you're doing.
Got it. Appreciate that.
Go ahead, Nelly.
No, what I really liked is I mean, I feel like the whole world knows quarterback. The whole world knows wide receiver. The whole world knows tight end. What I really liked is you put a lot of emphasis on the offensive line. You know, as aspiring offensive coordinator, as an aspiring head coach, is sometimes the O-line is like, yeah, they're going to do what they're going to do. And then let's talk about receivers. Let's talk about the X. Let's talk about the Y. I like that you did put that emphasis on the O-line first, and you worked outside from there. If anything, as an O-line guy myself, like I want to hear a little bit more on running back footwork, quarterback eye. How are we going to block? How are we going to block from the receiver position? You know, if you're adding those things, talking interview wise, because I know through my interviews when I had to explain stuff, they asked in depth, like, hey, what are you going to do in this situation? This much time on the clock. This is your personnel. This is the defense. Just being able to explain it from left tackle to right tackle to quarterback to receiver, And and also I didn't see who said it, but just like the floor is yours. Be like, all right, we got time. I'm going to talk about the quarterback right now. And when you speak to them, assume that they know what you're talking about, so it comes off as a natural conversation, right? Because if you and I talk about O-line, we can rattle stuff off like it. Someone might think it's a foreign language, but when you're being interviewed for that stuff, assume that they know what you're talking about, and then it comes off as a natural conversation with someone who, is looking to hire a smart, confident head coach or offensive coordinator.
Got you. Appreciate that.
Does anyone else have any tips or anything to say? Amdog?
No, I'm good.
So at this point in time, what I would like for us to do to end it is everyone who's on this Zoom right now, if you could please just introduce yourself and, your title, what school you're at, what you do, just so we can, get that networking factor pushed forward. And then the next time around, we have a better rapport of who we are. And I'll start with, I'm Wayne Frazier, Coach Frazier. I'm the OC O-line coach at Seguin High School. I've been coaching 4 years. I started at Johnson High School as an O-line assistant. And, the reason why I wanted to kind of do this Zoom is because when I started, I had the idea that, everyone's been coaching for so long that everyone knows more than me, and so I got underneath an O-line coach who didn't want to teach, and so one of the guys on the Zoom here, guy that I love, David Brewer, actually taught me more about O-line play than my O-line coach did. And it was really simply because I asked him. I reached out to him. I talked to him every day, every chance I got to. I call him every once in a while to see how he's doing, and we talk football. So, excuse me. That was one of the main reasons why I wanted to do this. And I reached out to everybody that I possibly could to help me to gain the position that I have gained. I'm also an aspiring head coach. And so that's a little bit about me. But I would like to know, especially for the guys that I don't know on the Zoom, like to introduce yourself. If you don't want to put your camera on, that's fine. But, it's always easier to see and remember a face, rather than just a picture on the screen. So, Jerel, you want to go next? We can't hear you, bud.
My bad. As you guys know, Jerel Watkins, man, O-line coach, aspiring head coach. You see my tags here, what I got going. I'm a run game coordinator right now. I'm aspiring to be an OC, and I know that's the next step out of OC is head coach, man. That's my biggest goal. As of right now, I was gonna just drop I was working on a few projects right now that that'll be coming out later. But I wrote 2 books. I wrote 100 Tips to Become a Dominant Offensive Lineman and Trenches Championship Teams Begin with a championship O-line. And I'm starting my own personal training company too, just trying to train O-line because, like Nelly said, man, in most cities, especially El Paso, they don't have nobody that's specifically directed at training offensive linemen. So that's what I'm working on now. But appreciate you, Wayne, man, for putting this together. Though it's huge, man. I appreciate you having faith in me to be on here and talk. And you guys understand how much confidence you can give me in this profession just by giving me your opinion, good or bad, man. I really appreciate it. You helped me grow, and I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you.
Uncle Trick.
Man, sure, I appreciate the opportunity. My name is, they call me Uncle Tricky. That's what they used to call me in college. For those of y'all wonder why he called me that, people think it's a joke. But nicknames, you never live them down, right? But anyhow, my name is Michael Ferrer. I'm the offensive coordinator at Irvine High School here in here in El Paso. I've been coaching 8 years now. I started at Andrews here in El Paso. That's where I graduated from. Played a few years with some of these guys at UTEP. Just working my way up. I think we all kind of aspiring to be head coaches, right? As a matter of fact, I did apply for the opening, anticipate opening out in Dallas coming up. So we'll see what happens, see where that goes, man. I kind of got the info about this a little late, but I'm really glad I got it, man. Because shoot, like you guys mentioned a little bit ago, everybody's a quarterback expert, everybody's a wide receiver expert. There ain't no online experts. Looking at this screen, man, I'm seeing the field. You know, I pick y'all brains all the time, man. Seeing Nate there, seeing Wayne, seeing Jerel, man. It's really good to see a couple other guys. So I'm happy I could be on, man, and check y'all out and taking this whole clinic here.
Diggity.
I'm muted. Okay. Hi, I'm Michael Amdahl. I don't coach anywhere at any school. I'm currently coaching my own privatized with, I don't know if some of you guys know Cornelius Brown. It's called Sky B Athletics. We go train all over El Paso at different schools. Work on small little mechanics, small techniques, aiming points, all the little minutia that you do that you don't quite have the time as a coach to teach your guys because you're trying to run through install on your plays and mechanics like that. So that's what I do during the summers. I played at UTEP with Wayne and Jerel and Nathan and everybody. After I played at UTEP, I went and played for Texas Revolution Arena football team. We won a championship there. And then I went and tried to do World Games. And then after that, I stopped playing football. And now I'm working on trying to get a coaching job somewhere.
And anybody here with the hiring process, man, Amdahl's a great guy, man. Real smart and knows O-line through and through. So if y'all looking for someone, reach out to him.
Hey, Mike, you got a junior certification?
No, I haven't got my certification yet. I'm working on it right now. I actually am halfway through the whole entire process. I just need to go take that damn test. And then once I take that test and get my hours, I'm done.
You get that, we in business.
All right. Appreciate it.
I love it. Big Nelly.
Hey guys, my name is James Nelson. I am the head coach at Del Sol High School in Oxnard, California. I put my information in the chat. I play football with all these guys. I love all these guys, and we text all the time, sharing knowledge back and forth. And I think this platform is going to help guys tremendously as we move on. As far as my coaching background, I've coached every level of high school, freshman, JVs, varsity, been a position coach, all that good stuff. And this is going into my third season as a head coach. My school was actually built 2 years ago. So this will be our first year of varsity with my oldest guys being juniors. And then my incoming freshmen will make 3 classes at my school. So class of 2027 will have a full school by then. And, we're babies right now, just embracing the building process. And, that's pretty much something I'll probably talk about when I hop in on one of these. But yeah, excited that we're able to do this. And I'm always down to talk football, always down to learn some new stuff. Couple things I learned today was good ball, bad ball, catch the ball. I love that. That shit's great. I've never heard that before. I'm going to be saying that all week. And then skip pulling everyone. My O-line coaches, they're probably going to yell at me and say it's not going to work, but I'm so excited to try that shit. It looks really good. But thanks, guys. I appreciate the knowledge.
Hey, Bo.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody for putting this together. Quentin Jones, call me Q. I am the assistant head coach, run game coordinator, and head of strength and conditioning here at Wesleyan University. It's a high academic up here in Middletown, Connecticut, not too far from New Haven, where Yale is. I've been at Brown University, coached overseas for a little bit in Prague, Western New Mexico, Limestone College in South Carolina and a couple other places. Been a coordinator at this level, man, and coached high school in the Midwest a little bit. But it's good to hear. You always can learn something at every level. I think making the connections. I attended my first year and a half with these guys at UTEP, ended up transferring to Youngstown State. So supporting each other, but helping each other with the process. I feel like I've been a finalist for a couple of head jobs at the college level. I'm in the process right now for one. So I feel like anytime you could talk in front of people and just build the confidence and get questions and just learn, I think it really helps. So I appreciate y'all for putting this together, man.
Right. Appreciate you. I'll tell you why I call him Fabo later on. Coach Avery. Mike, Coach Avery, your mic.
All right, my son's going crazy in the other room, so bedtime, man. Yeah, I'm Coach Avery or Colin Avery. I'll repost my info in the chat here soon. This is going on year 7. I coach safeties. I've been a defensive coach majority of my career, but like I say, glad to be here. I was when Wayne came to me, and I was supposed to be one of the first ones to present, but on the days that popped up, I have my son and with little ones running around and all that stuff. That wouldn't be a good idea. But I will have a presentation. It'll be basic safety play coming in from a defensive perspective, and it'll be majority out of a 4-2-5. And then if we get this off the ground here next year, it'll be a new defense out of a 3-3-5, 3 high, and then high pressure, sending 5, 6, 7 every play. So appreciate it. Great presenters today. From a defensive guy, we're gonna have to switch today. It was a whole lot of offense, so we're gonna have to switch that up. Have one offense, one defense, or defense we go twice next week or something. But that's all good. That was good stuff, man.
We're gonna get y'all in. I don't know if that's a family member right there. I don't know if you can tell by the bald head, but yeah, I'm actually older than he's a huge man. I'm actually older than him, which is crazy. But speaking of if we can get this to grow, so my cousin is the director of player engagement, I think, at Northwestern, and he said he's down to present something like that from the college perspective with that. So yeah, that'd be great. Demetrius?
Yeah,
that'd be great. All right. Rage McCage.
Good afternoon. I'm Nathan McCage. I'm out in El Paso. You saw plenty of clips of Jerel whipping my ass, although that's defense, so I really can't complain too much. I loved every bit of it, just busting his chops. Again, great job, J-Train. That was awesome. I am the O-line coach because they pay me to be the O-line coach, but I'm the strength and conditioning coach by choice and what I love to do. But they don't pay me for that. I am not aspiring to be a head coach ever because y'all have to deal with parents. God bless y'all. Yeah, I am trying to convince one school district in El Paso to open up a strength program and actually pay it like a football stipend or anything like that. But if not, I'm not just trying to be a head coach. I'll teach 3 more AP classes if I gotta. But yeah, I enjoy coaching O-line. I want to be as good as J-Train one day. We got other good O-line coaches out here we need to invite, like Paulo Melendez. I'm glad Mike is here. I would love to get Eric Ramirez on here since we showed plenty of Del Valle clips too. Okay, but nice to meet y'all, and thanks again, Wayne, for putting this together.
Oh, no problem, man. Let me go next up. David Brewer. Brew Crew, you got your mic on? We'll come back to the Brew Crew. He might be putting his glasses on. Let's see. Damian Ivory.
What's going on, everybody? Coach Damian Ivory from Cleveland, Ohio, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona now. I coach quarterbacks at North Canyon High School in Phoenix, Arizona, and I don't think I'm really aspiring to be a head coach. I'm just aspiring to be the best coach whatever comes to mind or whatever. I do love offense, but I do love defense as well. I have dabbled in defensive schemes before. I've been the defensive back coach, and I just always a quarterbacks coach. I've been an assistant OC. I might want to be an OC someday, but I really enjoy just teaching the quarterbacks on a day in and day out basis from more of the mental standpoint and as opposed to the technique. Everybody has technique, but mine's is more of the cerebral part. So I enjoy doing that. I love studying ball. I love picking the brains of offensive linemen, which I really got strong in this year, is learning about offensive line play. So if I ever do get that opportunity to be an offensive coordinator, then I could coach all the levels of the offense and not just specialize on the quarterbacks and receivers and the running backs. So I enjoy the presentation. Thank you for having me over here. If I ever get the gumption to actually do a presentation, I will let you know. But thank you for having this platform, Wayne. And I enjoy your stuff on Twitter as well. And thanks, guys.
Appreciate you a lot, Coach Ivory, for joining. I really do. Appreciate you a lot. And I hope to see your quarterback presentation one day.
All right.
Coach Brewer?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Let me say something before you start introducing you. This man right here taught me everything I know about football. All right. So Amdov, you got a problem with my offense, you talk to Coach Brewer.
Well, I taught you what you know, but I didn't teach you everything I know, so don't blame it all on me. No, but Coach Frazier, I started coaching in Louisiana, played ball at Louisiana Tech. After 15 years in the multi-school district, came to Texas. And I would encourage any of you guys, if possible, to go to a one-horse town because there's nothing like it compared to the multi-school districts. But this is my 23rd year in Texas now. I was a head coach a couple of times in Louisiana. My first job out of high school, believe it or not, was back at my alma mater in Louisiana, and I was an offensive coordinator. And basically all I knew was skill positions, running backs, quarterbacks, knew absolutely nothing about the offensive line. But I did know that I didn't know, and I hired someone that did know, if that all makes sense. But I learned through, and I tell young coaches all the time, it was 10 years before I figured it out. And it's because of me watching good old line coaches, how they teach, how they get kids motivated. It's not all about, the X's and O's. There's a lot that goes into coaching besides playbooks. We got 1,000 playbooks. It's how to motivate kids, how to develop that relationship with them, and knowing how to judge personnel, what a kid can do. You can't ask all 5 guys up front to do the same thing because they're not all 5 equally, as gifted. So you got to be able to mold each one of them separately so they all 5 together can work as a unit and be productive. And I learned in college, I learned in high school, there's nothing more valuable than an offensive line. After getting knocked out 2 or 3 times in college, I don't know how many times in high school, because back then they just said you got your bell rung. So I don't know how many times I actually got a concussion, but in my heart, I have a love for offensive linemen. My best friends, my best coaches have been offensive line coaches, and I've been around some good coaches. And to me, it all starts up front. It starts up front with the O-line and the D-line. The first thing I look at, if I'm looking at a scouting report or I'm watching video on somebody we're going to play, I'm watching their defensive line. I could care less about their secondary and their receivers. That's easy to figure out. It's those guys up front. Who can we block? Who we can't block? Who we got to double team? And the second thing is, it seems like nowadays in this modern world of offense that a lot of coordinators are all about concepts and how many plays I can get in. And I think, in my opinion, they're more concerned about if I do all this, it's going to make me look good and then they criticize the players when it doesn't work. My philosophy has always been keep it simple, put your players in the right positions, and then figure out what they can do best. And you get the ball in your playmakers' hands, and they will make you look good, not by how sophisticated you are and all these concepts you run. It's all about kids when it's said and done. And I believe it starts up front with the offensive line. I've been a head coach. I've been an offensive coordinator over 30 years. I'm now in Salado coaching quarterbacks, training quarterbacks on the side. It's amazing because I think we've gotten away from fundamentals and we get caught up more in plays and concepts. I get more and more parents coming to me wanting me to train their quarterbacks because nobody at their high schools are doing anything for us teaching kids fundamentals. And that's sad because that's where it all starts. We don't get ready-made football players. I don't care what position you play. We have to mold them. And we don't get them ready to play. And so many coaches want it, well, he can't play. You're talking about a sophomore and he's not ready. Well, you got to coach him. You got to see what he's going to be in 2 years and not write him off when he's young. So I would encourage these guys. It's very exciting to me to hear you guys talk about fundamentals and talk about old line play because that's where it all begins. And Coach, I would encourage you when you come up with your own ideas about the skip pulls, you're not trying to copycat somebody in the NCAA or the NFL or high school. You're being creative. And that's what Albert Einstein said, imagination's more important than knowledge. And I've always done that offensively. I've got advice from other coaches. I've watched what other people do. And then I try to create something off of that and add to that out of my own ideas, sitting down, drawing plays on paper. I drew plays, if y'all believe this or not, 30 years ago on paper and just come up with different concepts and schemes. And 15, 20 years ago, people's writing books and giving seminars on the same plays I drew up. But be creative. Don't be afraid to try things and be creative out there, and you'll be surprised. I have put together more concepts and more different type plays because of the ideas my kids had, not coaches. So I always encourage you, listen to your kids because sometimes them kids, they got some good ideas. And it's all about when they have ownership, your coaches have ownership in what you're doing, and everybody's more in. They're going to buy into doing what you want to do. And they're going to remember what you want them to remember because they got some ownership in it, and they're going to do their best to make it work. So, man, I just encourage you guys, you can't talk enough. You can't meet enough. And I think that's something else that's kind of dying in this profession is coaches want to beat kids out of the parking lot. Coaches don't want to work on weekends. Coaches, they don't want to meet. There's no quick fix. Rome wasn't built in a day. There's no shortcuts to success. So I encourage you guys, keep working, be creative, and good things will happen.
Thank you, Coach. I can't thank Coach Brewer enough for the things that he done for me. Him and Ron Antoine took me underneath their wing and basically saw a young coach that wanted to learn and was willing to shut up and just listen and, sit down and talk football. I think the first thing I ever said to Coach Brewer, we had to share a desk. And he sat down. I said, Coach, I need you to teach me everything about those skinny guys. He said, well, you want to learn, you want to learn. And then he didn't say nothing to me for about 2 weeks after that. But he took me underneath his wing, and him and Ron Antoine, they're both two mentors that I say I wouldn't know half of anything if I didn't have those guys. So I just want to tell you how much I appreciate you, Coach Brewer.
Man, I appreciate you. You're a good young coach. Good things are going to happen for you. Keep working.
Yes, sir. The next guy, I don't want to butcher your name. Is it Alama Lemalu? Junior, something? I'm sorry because I can't.
No, that's my OC is we call him Llama. He said he's getting his kids ready right now.
All
but I just
good.
had him hop on so he could hear, the knowledge that we share with each other. I thought it'd be
All
super
good.
beneficial.
I would like to talk to him eventually too about the way he likes to gap everything too. So we can get that set up. And Sam Miller, are you on? Sam Miller, you on?
Yes,
Hello?
I'm on. Yes, I'm on. Sorry, it took me a second to grab it.
Yeah, if you could just introduce yourself, Coach, and let us know a little bit about you.
Yeah, my name is Sam Miller. I was most recently coaching at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore. Before that, I was at Defiance College. I was actually there with Quentin Jones. Going into my fourth season now. Kind of a unique perspective so far because I've been in two completely opposite situations. At Defiance where we were kind of building up the team and the structure and everything. I think we won only one game that year, and then going from Hopkins immediately to a championship contender. So just kind of just learning what I can as I go and just picking up any information I can.
Okay, I appreciate that. So at this time, we'll conclude the meeting. If you want to stick around and just talk and just catch up or whatever, feel free. I'll stay on to the last person's off. But that's our session, and I appreciate everybody for coming and sharing and giving their feedback and supporting. In the next, we'll do another one in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Just got to get everyone on board, and if anybody that wants to present anything, just shoot me an email and we'll get the presentations going. Coach Watkins has his O-line training. Coach Brewer has his quarterback training. You got any kids in the Central Texas area, make sure you send them out there and send them to Coach Watkins if you got any kids in the West Texas area. At this time, y'all are good to go. I appreciate y'all for being here. Like I said, if you want to stick around and just kind of, chop it up, talk, see, football or, maybe some other ideas or anything like that, just feel free. Oh, Coach, I don't know how to pronounce your name, Coach. You're going to have to do that for me.
You actually said it right. My bad. My mic wasn't working, but it's actually Aulama. But everybody calls me Llama. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so everybody calls me Llama. I'm James. Coach Nelson actually, I think, introduced me a little bit, but I'm his offensive coordinator for Coach James Nelson at Delsol High School. I appreciate you guys putting this on. I actually appreciate him even texting me about it because, I've been coaching with him for the last 5 years and just learning offensive line from him. So being able to hear different things from you guys is greatly appreciated because, we're a brand new school and just learning how to try to implement our offense to these kids that have never played football before has been super helpful. So I appreciate you guys for putting this on, and just thank you, Coach Nelson, for even inviting me into this. So appreciate you guys.
I'll thank you, Coach. Hopefully you'll come on and be a part of plenty more, Coach. And
yeah, thank you.
You with Coach Nelson, so you got to be a great guy because he don't have nothing but great guys around him.
No, he's a great head coach, and I appreciate even being on his staff. So, and thank you,
bro.